Yes, it'll be a nervous wait, one would imagine, for the Essendon Footy Club. Hawthorn skipper Shane Crawford and Adam Simpson have tossed the coin. The Hawks have won the toss and will kick to the right of screen. Brian, you happy with the crowd that's assembled this afternoon?
Yes, I am, Gary, indeed. If you look down the punt road end, the Hawthorn and Kangaroos supporters are even sitting together down there, Gary. They have such pleasant supporters these days, and perhaps the Hawthorn supporters that aren't here today, probably at the Flower Show, would they be?
Oh, what? You'd much prefer the English situation, would you? And just pack them at one end of the ground to the other. It's
Well,
not,
look
a
at
massive,
them.
not a massive crowd that's rolled in, to be fair.
You think they might be watching the May Blooms of old, Brian, as they were known as once upon a time, the Hawthorn Football Club. The honey pots they were changed
Very
to as
harsh,
well
Brian.
before they became the Hawks.
Very harsh. Let's go down boundary side where a former Kangaroo has joined us for this afternoon in Jason McCartney. Welcome, Jace.
Thanks very much, Gary.
What do you got for us, mate?
Look, conditions down here perfect for football. As we know at the MCG, the wind can be a bit tricky and swirly. We spoke to Glenn Archer earlier. He informed me that he will play next week. And keep an eye on the possible matchups of Brady Rawlings could run around with Shane Crawford, and Michael Ferrito did a great job last week on Rashudo. He could get Mitchell today.
Sounds like a bit of inside mail to me down there with these former Kangaroo spies doing his job beautifully.
He's answered the question we wanted to know already, because we were talking during the ad break about whether or not Ferrito would get Crawford. Well, there we go. Let's see if Rawlings lines up on him. Good mail from our people.
Yeah, I think you'll find he's on the money. Brady Rawlings did a very good job on Andrew McLeod last week, and Ferrito on Rashudo, so they would be the obvious matchups, but he better have a big engine, Brian.
And also the other concern was who was going to take Lee Brown at this stage. And look, at the moment it looks like Jacobs is going to line up on him. So a good defender on a pretty good forward.
Just to finish off what we were saying there, if James Hurd gets rubbed out, it'll be one of the greatest travesties I've ever seen in footy.
And Lloyd?
We haven't seen enough of that one. Need to have another look.
Well, attention here on the MCG. Kangaroos versus Hawthorn. Brian Taylor.
Round 2 action about to get underway. The Roos and the Hawks. Everett, won't that be a duel today? Porter, there's his mate already. Equalled the centre clearances last week with 13. They already have one in this game. We've been going 10 seconds. King fighting for the ball. Rawlings tries to gather difficult situations. Hodge is there. So is Crawford. David King, one of the old campaigners for the Roos, puts them deep into attack.
Bounced off his head.
Indeed it did. Vandenberg, boy, don't the Hawks need his aggressive running today? Both sides having a crack early to try and win the loose ball.
And good to see today the umpires in the wizard livery there, and the wonderful red colours standing out nicely too.
Might have got it right today, I think.
Yep, well, we've got two distinctive colours in the teams and the umpires as well, so there we go. We're moving forward in the world of footy in 2004. As Stevens throws it out. Crowd now for the Hawks. He thumps it up towards the half-forward flank position. Campbell Brown in front. Couldn't quite get the tap. At the back, it's Colbert, who featured so well today on the 9 Sunday Footy Show. Very revealing interview with Billy Brownless. The kick goes wider still. No 15, surely. Umpire paid it, but it comes back to Shannon Grant. On defensive 50, he kicks the ball up to the centre half-back position. Stevens has taken it and played pretty well in the true centre half-back position. Played well last week.
Michael Stevens gets the ball out wide. Finds his target there, Watt, the only player in the competition to play every minute of every game last year. The ball goes forward, Smith. He's a really good player for the Hawks. The kick's not so good, 1 on 2. But I tell you what, Angelo Lekas made the kick look good.
That was a great mark, wedged in between two opposition players. There's some great matchups out there, boys. In the next break in play, I'll fill you in on a couple. It's going to be a big afternoon.
So Lekas winds up on centre wing after a courageous mark. He kicks it up to the centre half-forward position. Flying high there for the Hawthorn side was Beaumont. He couldn't hold the mark. King mops it up at the back, gets it over to Simpson. King and Simpson combining beautifully. They did a number of times last week. Out to Rawlings. Rawlings playing offensively as well as in a defensive role today. Finds Harvey. Harvey twisting and turning. Didn't go off the line. Good umpiring. Didn't penalise either player. Could have had the opportunity to maybe drag back Clark on that occasion. Now, Boomer runs off. Gets a nice shepherd as well. Kicks the centre half forward. Porter's the third man up. Couldn't quite hold the mark. Crashing through there for the Hawthorn side was Vandenberg. Will have a ball up 45 metres out from the Kangaroos' goal.
Rawlings with Crawford indeed. Ferrito to Vandenberg. Anthony Stevens running with Sam Mitchell at the moment. So some good midfield matchups. McCabe with Simpson.
Daniel Wells on the bench. Watch for him to come on. Had an impact last week. Couple of goals. Petrie. Ball forward. Brown overran it. Here's Motlop. He was very good last week as well. Evasive skills are good. Rawlings dumped. Spider liked his work there. He had stood and admired just for a moment. Stevens. Shannon Grant.
Oops.
And in the end, they mess it up.
Oh.
As McKernan tries to get rid of the ball. Boundary throw in. Deep in the Roos forward 50.
And the only one who has been given a bit of latitude at the moment is Shannon Grant, who on a couple of occasions has been on his own. As we have a look at the Hawthorn bench there. Now they need to tighten up on Grant.
Everett knocked it down. Got a piece of it. Kick around the body for Rito. Oh, gee, it was close. Loney just got a piece of it on the line. And the first score of the game going the way of the Roos.
Might even be Simon Beaumont, Shannon Grant's opponent, which is an interesting matchup.
He did pick him up at that throw in, Gary. So Beaumont, who can hurt both ways, of course. Good rangy left foot kick. Jacobs on defensive 50. Has a bounce. Played well last week. Whoa, he's with the new team. He didn't know who his teammates were on that occasion. Finally, Graham lent him some sort of assistance. Back to Jacobs, who tried to kick around the corner. Was touched. Picked up by Everett. Oh, magnificent stuff by the big Spider. Then thumped it on his boot and turned it straight over. And Porter, his opposite number, marks at the other end of the ground.
Poor by the Kangaroos down here. They had the Hawks cold, and 2 Kangaroos went to the one Hawthorn player and released him.
Petrie outside. He was alone. He marked strongly amongst 2. Crawford couldn't get a fist there. Kick needs to be good. Not so, although it gives McKernan some hope. Corey Jones. Rawlings. In the game early. Shocking kick around the corner. It was under great pressure. Smith able to cut it off with Loney, and the Hawks are out of trouble wide.
Yes, he was under pressure, Rawlings, but they were lining up in the goal square, the Kangaroos. In the meantime, rebound football sees it up at the forward 60 for the Hawks almost straight away. Good defensive play, and there's no doubt that the 2 half-back lines are winning the contest at the moment. Jason McCartney, boundary side.
Thanks, Eddie. Yeah, with Brady Rawlings starting on the wing and then moving in to pick up Crawford after centre bounce, it's allowed Shannon Grant some freedom with Beaumont. He's not direct opponent, not being able to match up with him.
Boundary throw in. Hawthorn forward end of the ground. City end today. Free kick being paid in the ruck. Spider will get a piece of this. So this will be the first real genuine thrust forward for the Hawks with purpose. And Spider Everett's got it. Started brilliantly last week. Tap ruck work was absolutely perfect. The kick to his partner in Sam Mitchell. And Mitchell is marked, but I tell you what, he's 45 to 48 metres out directly in front. No certainty you'll cover the distance here, Gary.
Might stretch him a little bit, Brian. The number 5 Guernsey with the blonde hair. That would be bringing back some memories, one would imagine, for Hawthorn supporters. The great late Peter Crimmins. Beautiful kick by Peter Everett here.
Andy Collins was pretty good with the same descriptions as well.
Taken at pick 36 in the 2001 draft from 48 metres out. He's got the journey. The Hawks have got the first goal of the game. Sam Mitchell.
That's a very good result. Anthony Stevens was one of the best players on the ground last week, in the middle of the ground in particular. His clearances are outstanding. You just see there, he almost conceded that Peter Everett wasn't going to kick the ball into the middle of the ground, and you only need that 5 metres. And the kick from Spider Everett was magnificent. And then Sam Mitchell, no doubt about it, that went through half post high. So the Hawks off to a very nice start at the moment.
So Sam Mitchell picks up where he left off last week. 33 disposals against the Demons, including 13 clearances and 6 inside 50s. That was the best inside 50. Put it right through the middle for the first goal of the game. But the Kangaroos go forward. McKernan's had plenty of touches, but it's always been an awkward bounce for him so far. He's had to work hard for them. Motlop gets it out wide, just missed Rawlings. He has plenty of time to recover. Gets around Crawford, kicks it long. Now Corey's got his big chance. Up he goes, couldn't quite hold the mark. Good play by the Hawthorn defence. They hit in numbers and pushed him backwards. Here's a chance for Jones. He gets it back to Simpson onto the left boot. He's just missed it. In fact, he's missed a lot. Over the line, out of bounds on the full. And very good play by the Hawthorn defence there. McKernan had the jump at them, but they were prepared to put their bodies on the line.
Brady Rawlings has started the game well. He's had 3 possessions and a mark, and Shane Crawford yet to touch the footy.
Big pack of players there colliding.
Yeah, Petrie might have done a bit of work for them as well.
Jacobs with the possession deep in the defensive end for the Hawks. Risky kick. Found it. Got to have courage today as a deep defender, don't you, Gary, to kick the ball short?
Yes, you do. And then you rely on players to actually take possession when it's their turn.
Hodge. There wasn't a lot of room to find Crode, but he did that magnificently. Crode, superb looking specimen. Kicking the ball to half forward. Mitchell almost threw that out. He got rid of it so quickly. There he is, Tomo. Trying a bit of hurdle stuff to get over the top of the troops there.
We'll have to put him on Petrie.
Wide Motlop. The bounce could have gone short to Brown, went long to the better option in Petrie. Now Petrie's 60 from home. He'll look for something here, waits for McKernan, who's led, ignores that, so now he'll have to go back and be even more patient. Petrie, umpire says, okay, let's go. Kick short, Corey Jones on the lead, marked strongly.
I've got to say, I'm going to give Trent Croad a fair belt here. Now, he was on the specimen, as you described him, was on Petrie, the dish, but there was a turnover in general play, so Joel Smith had to go and take Petrie, and this bloke here, Jones, became Croad's opponent. And Trent, one of the #1 rules is you cover for your mate every time, and he just did not pay him enough attention.
Corey Jones, 3 goals last week for Corey in what was a pretty good display. 10th and the best and fairest for the Roos last year. So he had a pretty good year. And he will line up directly in front of the punt road end. A little bit of swirling wind, as Jason McCartney mentioned earlier. But really, a very, very good opportunity to Corey Jones to register full points here. Kick on the way. Looks good. He likes it. We need the umpire to confirm it, and there it is.
Well, Joel Smith would be fairly savage with that, and he's just having a quick chat with Trent Croad at the moment as he wanders back over to Corey Jones. So when we assess Joel Smith's game, don't put this goal against his name. A nice conversion from Corey Jones, who's got some ability. We saw him play last week. A very good leg speed and can turn a player inside out. Playing pretty close to goal. Motlop in the goal square alongside him.
Let's have a look at a little bit of off-the-ball activity there. Mitchell walking into the back of Baird there. Baird throwing the arm back. That's not good.
I tell you, these blokes are dumb. They are dumb. Don't they know there's like more than one camera at the grounds these days?
Well, that's one for Ian Robinson to have a look at. There's no doubt about that. Mitchell, look at that. Great play. Didn't affect him. Got it down to Leckis. Leckis kicks the centre half forward. Almost the mark taken. Spider Everett hits the packed front and square. There's Crawford lurking. Hasn't had a touch yet. His opponent Rawlings has had 3. It's hot in there at the moment. Is it hot? Ferrito picks it up. Kicks it out towards Simpson. Clean hands. He's ridden into the ground. He was turned nicely, though, at the last minute by McCabe. Stopped him giving away the free kick. It's all Hawthorn up forward, and Barker's taken the mark. Now, he's a good kick, Johnny Barker. This will have to travel 53 metres. Looked to give it off to Hodge, who had made some space. But now he'll go back and take the kick. And that was a very, very favoured tactic of Brian Taylor in his days there. The look to give it away and then put the hand up and make sure you go back and take your set shot.
I'd forgotten that I even played.
Well, let's see if he's as good a kick as Brian Taylor. Barker comes in from 53 metres. Distance is a problem at the last minute. Dropped, bit of a top spinner in the end, and touch through for a behind.
Well, not much swearing after the kick at this stage from Barker, so not quite in the Taylor category just at the moment. But a good play. They were spectating a bit, the Kangaroos, at that scrimmage, and 2 or 3 Hawthorn players just dropped off the back of the pack. And that's how John Barker took possession of that ball.
Revenge for the Sunday football show this morning, is it, Gary? Is that what it's all about this afternoon?
Well, you're claiming he got the points.
Whoa!
King, oh, he's messed it up, stuck it down the throat of Richie Vandenberg. And David King elevates the arm and says, sorry, gents, my mistake.
I think that's the message to Dean Laidley. Don't send the runner out to me, I know.
Well, Vandenberg, what a great opportunity. As a player setting up the zone, Gary, it can't happen any better than that.
No, that is the stuff that dreams are made of.
Richie Vandenberg will line up for goal. 36 goals, 30 in his career. In he comes, 40 metres out, a bit of angle about it. Very nicely done. He's eased that home as little Richie. Hawks got 2.
Well, it's just important not to dwell on it now from David King. He's just got to get back on the bike, and it was just a shocker. I'm actually not quite sure where he was going. He was trying to lob that, I think, over the head of Vandenberg into the hands of Shannon Grant, which was still a high-risk play anyway. So, no, bad blue. Goals to the midfielders for Hawthorn, Mitchell and Vandenberg both on the board. And sorry, coach, I know exactly what I've done.
David King, yep.
Just saying sorry. Up. Yep, don't bother sending it out. the runner today. I know I've made the mistake and I'll get on with the game.
That's fair enough too. Ordinary bounce by the umpire. Mitchell again gets it out. A sweeping handball out to Vandenberg, full of run until that moment. He fell over. And he's gone because he had prior opportunity.
They seem to have dropped this prior opportunity thing, Ed, since the Wizard Cup. It was the big deal then, but,
well,
boy.
I wish they'd tell the rest of us, because he obviously had prior opportunity. He ran and fell over. That was a clear holding the ball, dropping the ball rule. Umpiring over the weekend. Not being too critical, but just he's got to get it worked out. No one knows what's going on. Jacobs takes the mark for Hawthorn. Jacobs kicks out wide to Reese. Gets the handball into the running Smith. He goes through centre-half back. He has a bounce. A second one with plenty of room. Now he's got to find a target. He looks up. The kick's pretty good too. Up towards Thompson. Crashed the pack. Couldn't quite hold it. There was Hodge. Electrifying. Hodge in the open goal's got it. 2 in a row to the Hawks.
Well, this is one that they might just cut up for videotape, the Hawks. The value of Joel Smith is not just he's a great athleticism, is his run and carry.
Well, we hear the term running the lines. Is that what they mean?
That is a copybook example of it, and that is a copybook contest from a forward who's had an impact on a goal without even touching it, because it caused a spill, and then that is a copybook crumb. So there's copybook footy everywhere.
And Gary, he timed his run beautifully. They bounced, but looked up.
Yes, and there it is. That is a big leap and jump. Look at that. That is hitting the pack at full speed. That is first-class, top-notch crumbing from Luke Hodge.
Copybook stuff from Luke Hodge and the Hawthorn team that helped him gather that goal. Everett, another clearance. Mitchell, he's had 3 in the game already. Season high 13 last week. Crawford looking for his first possession, could not win it. Stevens tried to gather. And the Hawks, 3 goals in 14 minutes of football. Good solid start. Anthony Stevens would be wondering what's going to happen next.
Just watch the third man up here, the Kangaroos. They've done it once or twice. Simpson already.
There they go. They had the third man up. It was Stevens who gave away the free kick, and Beaumont will take it.
Just need to be aware, Hawthorn players around Peter Everett in ruck contests, that their man is just as likely to come leaping over the top and try and get the hit out.
So Beaumont kicks it straight into Stevens. That's an expensive turnover. Now the Kangaroos, no, they can't. They look for Wells, and once again, Smith is on his bike and going. Beautiful kick. That's what's the good thing about Smith. He doesn't only run and bounce, but he looks up and kicks beautifully. Inside 50, Thompson, the big flyer again, at the back of the pack. Chance coming in here for Williams. Dives in on top of it, does the Kangaroo player in Watt. And we'll have a ball up 20 metres out from the Hawthorn goal.
The other beauty of Joel Smith is he can play on tall players, Eddie, but he's now gone straight to Daniel Wells, such as his leg speed. So he's one of the more versatile players in the competition and one of the more valuable.
Danger period here for the Kangaroos. Everett, if he can get the spot, he'll put it down somebody's throat. Up against McKernan. Everett's done it beautifully. Knocked it straight to the running Hodge. Good play by Makepeace, though. Cut it off. The ball will trickle over the boundary line, and we'll have a throw in.
So Daniel Wells has come on, Gary. He's immediately marched Joel Smith back to the attacking goal square for Wells. What do you do if you're Joel Smith next?
I think the preordained move, I'll touch on it in a minute.
Boundary throw in deep. Hawthorn, forward 50 area here. Hodge, Cox around the body. Has missed everything. In fact, didn't make the distance, so still in play. And now we'll have a boundary throw in as Holland running into the post and headbutting it. And he gets up, he's okay. Have a look at this.
It's a Johnny Baird hip and shoulder.
Was too. And the boundary umpire right in amongst it there. Spider, the tap. Out of trouble. The ruse through Simpson. Kick out wide. Shannon Grant was lively last week and he started well again this week.
Shoulder.
5 possessions already for him. Have a look at the open run in the midfield.
McCabe's done his shoulder.
In they go. Colbert got it on. David King will run it through. We've got an injury. We'll check that shortly. Off hands. Brent Harvey can run to an open goal. He was hesitant. That one moment of hesitation cost him a certain goal.
Well, he loves to balk around and run right in. This is Luke McCabe that just fell in the... it's a very innocuous. He fell awkwardly, and it looks like a dislocation. Here it is here. You'll just see him... that's Loney, that one. Yeah. McCabe coming up a little bit later. This is the miss by Brent Harvey.
7-5.
The ball back into play, the Hawks. Campbell Brown's got it on half-back. Look to work it wide, Leckers. Michael Stevens kept him honest in the air. Adam Simpson, some aerial skills. Here he is, the excitement machine Wells. Grant had to wait, he's tight on the boundary line. Favours the left footer, spun it around nicely. Jacobs, happy to just to fist it away. Could have probably taken the ball, Gary.
Indeed.
There's now Shannon Grant, mops up, gets it backward and finds Simpson. Now he can go the journey. Steps inside the 50. He launches. Simpson's got it. Kangaroos second.
Yeah, you called it beautifully, Brian. It is Danny Jacobs who's made the mistake on that occasion. He had Drew Petrie. This right here, this play right here, you've got to take the ball with you. Petrie wasn't in a position to tackle anyway, and the result is it stays in. Grant gets it to Simpson. Simpson, who likes to sit just around the 50-metre line for this particular reason, then converts.
So the Kangaroos captain, Adam Simpson, brings the Roos back within 5 points of the Hawks. 6.5 minutes left in the opening term. Ball crashing through Stevens. That was a good hip and shoulder. Has absolutely poleaxed his Hawthorn opponent in Rees for the second week in a row. He goes down. He'll be nice and sore. It comes down to Harvey. Not sure to give it off. Now he does. Into the open goal. Brown's got it again. Big goal for the Kangaroos. They hit the front.
It was a big play, Eddie, and don't worry about these Kangaroos. They just keep coming at you, and Hawthorn will need to get this right through until the last minute. This is the big hit. Now, let's not forget Nick Rees last week was knocked out in a big way by Daniel Ward, who had to... he actually got 3 weeks, so that would be a bit of a worry. He'd shake him up. This is a nice finish from Leroy Brown, and the 6th last week. He started today reasonably well as well with a goal in the first quarter.
Yeah, it was a severe concussion last week for Rees. And to get a knock like that, you'd be a little concerned if you were watching on in the medical fraternity. Ball knocked down, Crawford. Out of the middle, his first possession. Coming at the 20-minute mark of this first quarter. Makepeace bundled off. In the meantime, the Rawlings kick goes wide. They've got room. Lee Brown, no one there to stop him running on, so he goes wide with the ball. Finds McKernan. Next kick will set it up. McKernan's first possession of the game as well. Wells offers the lead. He goes short and finds Corey Jones deep in the pocket. But the way this ground is constructed, because of the construction, the boundary line certainly has opened the angle from these particular shots.
Brown off and Porter on for the Kangaroos. And Ferrito coming off and coming on for the Kangaroos.
Clayton, I think, was it? No, don't look like Clayton.
Jeremy Clayton.
And now this is... Corey Jones plays deep in attack, and he does lead out to this pocket a little bit. For a left footer, it makes the goal then a lot more difficult. So he's just sizing up his options at the moment.
He's looking to give it off. He's waiting patiently for the right lead to offer. So if you're a smart forward, keep presenting.
Now's the time.
Jones, kick on the way. It's line ball. Kangaroo supporters likes it. He likes it. Goal. Remarkable effort. Got his second.
Great kick. That was a great kick from Corey Jones. Let's remember back to last week. The Adelaide Crows got away to a very good start, and then the Kangaroos started to peg them back. He wasn't that confident lining this up, but once he settled, it was a super effort for a left footer on that side of the ground. And they've enjoyed a magnificent 10 minutes, the Kangaroos. It's got to be said.
Three goals in 3 minutes for the Kangaroos sees them go from being 12 points down to 7 points up. Big resurgence. Good play by Hodge out of the centre for the Hawks. Kicks up towards centre half forward. Umpires picked out a free kick going the way of the Kangaroos, I think.
And here they go again, Ed. They're breaking out wide.
They like to open it up, there's no doubt about it. Rawlings brings the ball down, up towards Motlop on the half-forward flank position. Used his body well, now he needs to use his skill and does. Falls over, gets back up. Harris is there to lend some assistance. Picked up by Rawlings, who's been good except for that kick because he's put it down his opposite number's throat. That would hurt, kicking it to the man who you're actually tagging. As the ball comes back to Leckers now on centre wing. Leckers gets the lead, Thompson goes out. Here's a chance now for the Hawks, up he goes. Missed it altogether. Colbert at the back, and they can break to the southern stand side.
Harvey's found a bit of space out there, Ed. Juggling mark. Hawthorn hold him up. It was smart play by Tim Clark. Daniel Wells around the back door. Look at the fluid movement of this kid. Kick to Petrie. Beautiful. Crow did nicely. Crawford. Unusual. Attempted kick, nevertheless effective. Leckers, so the Hawks are digging back in for another go. As Ed said, the Roos have kicked 3 goals in 3 minutes. And they defend now through John Baird. He goes wide, and they control the ball. Colbert's got it at half-back, and he's got a good head on him. He'll just settle this down and make sure there's no mistake from here.
Oops.
Stevens. Tackle. It was a poor kick, wasn't it? Wide. Harvey gathers. They're under pressure out in that wing area at the moment, the Roos. Now Stevens around the back door. Now they can open up through the midfield. Sainsbury gets his ball. He goes wide to the run of Makepeace. He's got Michael Stevens on. Once again, the kick didn't get there like it should have. Makepeace to Shepherd. Around comes Stevens. Will bang it long. Now who's going to win it in the air? Petrie flies. Graham did well. Simpson mopped it up. Grant spinning on the favourite left boot. Don't tell me. 4 in 5 minutes for the Roos.
Well, they are playing super football at the moment. Called it beautifully, Brian. The Hawthorn forward line not giving a yelp. Nick Holland down there has been ineffectual at the moment. We've got Nathan Thompson, who is yet to touch the football at this particular stage. And I think Shannon Grant might be Shane Crawford's opponent at the moment. I think the Hawks have identified the fact that Rawlings has started well, so they've swung Crawford onto Grant just to give him a run with roll, and Grant's done some more damage. He's got 8 possessions, Shannon Grant. Now a goal. He started the game as well, where he picked up from last week.
Yeah, he was sensational last week. So the Kangaroos, as Brian said, 4 in a row and 4 in 5 minutes. That's pretty good football. Porter gives him a chance for another one. We've still got 2 3/4 minutes left on the game. Crow takes the mark. You wouldn't be ruling the game out if you're a Hawthorn supporter, because their midfield is so good. They can turn things around. Smith has been sensational, except for that kick. And Johnny Baird takes the mark. Harris on centre wing. Gets the lead. The kick is a good one too from Harris. Stays up in the air a little while. Good play there by Sainsbury, and takes it to the boundary line. A couple of young players. Jeremy Clayton getting in amongst it as well. And we'll have a throw in.
So boundary throw in. Half forward for the Kangaroos, who have been on the mark in the last 8 minutes. The disposal factor 35-8 in the Kangaroos' favour for a net score of 4 straight goals.
Sure.
That's right, 35-8 disposals in the last 8 minutes going the Kangaroos' way. Talk about get a whipping. Leckers through the middle. Here's an opportunity. Crawford, Clark. Kicking's not really his go. Decides to handball.
It's in trouble.
Holland. Well, the pressure from the Roos is really weighing on the minds of the Roos.
He does a wonderful standing on the mark, though.
He does indeed. Shannon Grant. Crawford, battle for the ball.
Gone.
Hovered over it, Gary, didn't he?
Gone, he tried.
50 coming.
Just a little bit of minor abuse there from Shannon.
Well, he caught one high to start with, though.
Oh, and he had prior opportunity. So Shane Crawford.
Not an issue with you, the abuse, Brian.
The Hawthorn skipper with a minute or so remaining. If it can't be heard, Gary, we just don't know about it. Crawford short ball finds Campbell Brown. And a welcome return to footy last week after a few injuries from the year previous. Here he is, the athlete.
Very slippery in that centre wicket area.
Trent Crowe there. 4 possessions for him. Driving ball inside 50. Thompson stands. pushes the pack apart. Look at the Kangaroos' desperation, knocking their own teammates over. Ball goes wide and they're on their attack again. Petrie over the top. Now Motlop can run if he can gather cleanly. He does. This will be an interesting foot race. Took one bounce. Has to retreat. The athlete Crow running down.
Great effort, Trent Crow.
Gee, it was only just a short moment ago that Gary was unsure. And Crow, just a remarkable effort there, Gary.
That's what he does well, Brian. He's run hard and chase. And that was a terrific effort.
Did he get the handball away?
Yeah, deliberate, out of bounds.
No, is that what it was?
Either way, he was gone for all money. He was gone 4 ways.
Beaumont. Good kick, good mark from Holland. First touch for him. Inside 50 go the Hawks. Big chance now. They need a goal. Off the hands of the pack. Won't matter. Williams. He goes to ground. The siren beats them, and the Kangaroos have won the quarter and won it convincingly. From being 12 points down at the 14-minute mark, they go in leading by 13 points at quarter time.
Yes, in the battle of that the two much faded midfields, you'd have to say honours with the Kangaroos and reflected on the scoreboard. The Hawks got away to a nice start, but then it was all the Kangaroos in the second half of the first quarter. They take a very comfortable 13 points. There's a little bit of a fracas just developing out there. And Shannon Grant in amongst it with Nick Holland. It seems to be dispersing at the moment. Too hot for that, boys.
Oh, there's some tension there, Gary.
Too hot. Yes, there was. Let's not forget Jess Sinclair sitting in the grandstand. That was just caused a little bit of feeling and animosity between the two teams a couple of last year.
You don't need too much, though, to have any feeling or animosity between two teams.
No, you do not, particularly when it's 4 points at stake. We'll take a break and be back with the second quarter. It is the Kangaroos by 13 points.
Absolutely. Poleaxed his Hawthorn opponent in Reeves for the second week in a row. He goes down. He'll be nice and short. Comes down to Harvey. Not sure to give it up. Now he does. Into the open goal. Brown. Brown's got it again. Big goal for the Kangaroos. They hit the front.
Make peace to Shepherd. Around comes Stevens. Will bang it long. Now who's going to win it in the air? Petrie flies. Graham did well. Simpson mopped it up. Grant spinning on the favourite left boot. Don't tell me. 4 in 5 minutes for the Roos.
No, and it's interesting. It is very slippery, as Jason said, particularly in the middle, where that extra grass has been put in from the wickets in there, and they have done a fair bit of watering. It was slippery yesterday, and you'd expect it to dry it a little bit in the beautiful conditions today.
Which is a hard one for the players. They would have all come out with the moulded tiles on a day like this, you would have thought. Hence, quite a few players losing their feet.
Kangaroos by 13 points as we start this second quarter here at the G in near perfect conditions. Look at that. Quite brilliant, wasn't it? 4 extractions for the extractor already. Sam Mitchell. Ball wide, Hodge. He'll need help again from Hodge. Run from 52. What a start there be. Just not to be the minor score.
This is where they've got to lift the Hawks. Have a look at this extraction, as Brian calls it, just sweeping around the back. And Sam Mitchell, that's why he's such a valuable player, the National Bank National Rising Star last year, of course.
He's reintroduced the art of ruck work, old Spider, hasn't he?
He has, indeed.
The kick out. Simpson, magnificent onto Grant. Grant looks inside. Rawlings ran hard and was on it. Just didn't get the bounce. Oh, crashing through was Brown. Leckers went down with a high tackle. And Angelo Leckers will take the free kick at half-back flank for the Hawks. Have to get moving here, don't they, boys? Gary?
The forward line's the problem, Eddie. No doubt about this. Nathan Thompson's yet to touch the footy. They've got to get some dangerous forwards. Williams, who was great last week, he also hasn't had a touch.
But when you look up now, no one is moving. Spider takes it out on the boundary line. Centre wing once again. A little bit of activity, decides to go long. Now Thompson presents, has to beat 2. They're good at getting back in numbers. Lee Colbert did it beautifully on that occasion. Turned a 1-on-1 into a 2-on-1 and a favourable result for the Kangaroos. As a result, they're a chance. Brown goes hard though for the Hawks, trying to keep it in, and Brown's second effort was fantastic on Grant and has forced the ball over the line and out of bounds on the full. It'll be a free kick to the Hawks. Brown will take it.
They've been a bit harder at it in the first quarter, the Kangaroos, and this is the challenge for Hawthorn, is to match that hardness and then get some results on the board, and that's not a bad start from a man that you would expect to lead it in Campbell Brown.
Short to Clark. Still a long way from home. Not a lot of depth in Clark's kicking, so they're going to have to present in a forward motion to him.
Very crowded, Brian, not much space.
Barker offers at true centre half forward. That's the target. Thompson at the back. He elevates. Couldn't quite bring it down. Watt. Assigned off for Rito. Impressive last week. Ball knocked away. Clark runs hard. Tries to gather the difficult bouncing ball. Not successful. So we had a patch in that first quarter where the Kangaroos kicked 4 goals in 5 minutes. And that provides the lead at the moment. And what a match-up that is, Gary.
Yes, Hodge and Colbert. Hodge playing almost as a centre half forward at the moment, across half forward. And Lee Colbert, who had a very good game last week against Wayne Carey, picking him up. They've got him covered at the moment, the Kangaroo backs. Baird on Barker, Makepeace on Williams, Watt on Thompson, and Colbert on Hodge, Sainsbury on Cox.
Everett got the tap. Great play though by Wells. He flicked it out to Simpson. Simpson up to the hot spot, up towards full forward. Petrie's there off hands. First to recover is Brown. Lee Brown's kicked one so far. On the right foot, the kick is just going across the face of goal and through for a behind. So Lee Brown, who spoke last week of how he's changed his body shape by doing a lot of work in the gym, he's picked up a yard or two, hasn't he, of pace, Brian?
He certainly looked lively and he's presented well in the leading fashion, and he's been able to get off the ground, which has been important. You're a big fella wanting to mark the ball up forward. Colbert, look at that. Crash. Tackle equally as good from Hodge as well. Spider's got another ball wide. But this time the difference is he will drive it long inside 50. Instead he goes short. Not the option I would have gone for. Mitchell put his head over it.
That was a bump, wasn't it?
It was a bump. I thought that as well. Nevertheless, he's got a free kick and he's got it deep. Got him a little bit high with the bump.
He went the ground.
Mitchell, Hodge presents. Could have got that one. Should get that one. Didn't get it.
Too slow now, Brian. Kangaroos have got numbers back.
Everyone back inside defensive 50. Thompson, can he get a run at it? Watt did well to just upset that momentum that Thompson had running for the ball. Now they run in numbers, the Roos. They've got an open forward line because they got everyone back to defend that. Ball comes wide. Petrie over the top. Kick was on, wasn't it? If it had got to Sainsbury, but it didn't.
Jacobs was in the way to Cox. They're mucking around because there's nothing to kick to. Jacobs sits it up, but as a result, he set up his teammate. And now Anthony Stevens can kick long up towards centre half forward position. That's a free kick to Jones. Smith got all over him into his back. And as a result, the Kangaroos have got a real chance here. Brown, McKernan are the two targets. The kick was an ordinary one on the half volley. Jacobs did pretty well. Leckis dives in on top of the ball. Kangaroos, they're hard in there. Desperate for it. Will have a ball up 35 metres out. 45-degree angle. Kangaroos end. That's the city end of the MCG.
Two differences. Nathan Thompson, again, as I said, has yet to touch the footy. So Shannon Watt got the points. Much more space in the Kangaroo forward line. It's far more dangerous. They look far more likely to score when they go inside 50.
And that's where the ball up will take place. McKernan and Everett to go at it. Watch Simpson, the third man up. There it is. Had a couple up just to nullify the effect of Everett in the air. Ferrito spinning out of trouble. A kick in hope. It was under a pressure. Mark Jacobs. Graham runs from that last line of defence, one of the experienced campaigners for the Hawks. Sainsbury leads Cox to the ball, and he'll benefit from just a little tug on the jumper there by Cox. And Eddie Sainsbury will have the free at half forward.
Gee, they're delighted with this boy, Sainsbury.
Kick. McKernan on the lead, presents well and marks.
He was a late draft pick for the Kangaroos. They were
Pick 40, Gary.
Yeah, pick 40, and I spoke to Dean Laidley through the week, and oh, excuse me, they said that he's just about been their best player in the pre-season.
Well, Dean Laidley makes the point, if you can kick 5 goals in a Sandford grand final against men, you're half a chance.
And he's done that, certainly. McKernan, 40 metres out, kick on the way. We know he's a thumping kick. This one's gone offline by a fair way. And just a minor score there for Corey McKernan. Jason McCartney at ground level.
Thanks, BT. A bit more concerning for the Hawks with Richie Vandenberg being off since about a quarter away through the first quarter. Some sort of lower back injury.
Okay, then, Jace, find out a little bit more about that one, because there's certainly been lack of run through the midfield for the Hawks. And Vandenberg last week was best on ground for them.
Yeah, well, he's been taken out of the equation. Certainly Shane Crawford been well and truly kept quiet at the moment by Brady Rawlings, and probably only Sam Mitchell really having an impact.
Stop-start stuff at the moment. Kangaroos are zoning off well, running hard back. Vandenberg off at the 14-minute mark of the first quarter, so he's been off for a fair while. That's no rotation. Up to Barker, and the Kangaroos have forced the fumble. They did well enough to move it forward, Clark, but now the interceptor's on again. Porter.
Speaking of fumble.
Yeah. Harvey. Now the turnover is on. This is where they're so good. They set up. Grant. The last bloke Hawthorn wants to have the ball in his hand. He kicks it forward. Getting back. Graham had it. Now Motlop the chance. Motlop grabbed without the ball. No. Grabbed the second time. No, says the umpire. Throw in.
Eddie Shannon Grant, we watched him last week just have acres of room to move in and just carved Adelaide to pieces. He's up to 13 possessions halfway through the second quarter. Now, Nick Reeves is the player that's got him at the moment. They've just got to do something about him.
How's he getting away, Gary? He's certainly the go-to man when the ball rebounds off half-back.
I think he's a deceptively hard worker, Eddie, and just reads the play very well.
But he's staying in the midfield as well. He's not drifting too far into defence, so that when it turns over, he is the man.
And when I say reads the play, he reacts really quickly. He doesn't watch and work out where the ball's going to go. He is off and running to the spot that it's going to be kicked to. He's having a massive impact on this game.
Kangaroos forward 50. McKernan and Everett. And there's the result. The turn and kick out of defence by Spider. Keep it alive. Handball to nowhere. Crawford rushing through. Petrie, Brown, the two big boys, take on some smalls and they win it. Wells out wide, got space, found McKernan. He can turn around, thump it in. He had Shannon Grant short. Now he elects to kick to the top of the square, and it was all too late. Lekkas.
Poor choice.
In the end it was, Gary. Crode. Jacobs, sorry. Smith and Graham combining.
They work hard for each other, the Kangaroos. If they are content to peel off their man and cover the most dangerous, and they expect support from behind and inevitably get it.
Mark Graham in his 206th game, kicking the ball forward. Baird and Everett really having a crack out there, Spider. Not just in the air, but on the ground as well. Barker needed a little touch wide. Got it. Hodge gathers close to the boundary line. Centering ball, Williams. Now he so speeds to this kid. Watch him go. Got a bad bounce, Makepeace. Set up nice for him, and Simpson's away.
And so is Grant. Grant is 50 metres away from any Hawthorn player who'll get the next kick. Here's Shannon Grant. Away he goes, can set it up. They're leading forward to him. Now he goes with the kick. Tried for too much, but it's going to come back to Simpson. Simpson now slams it on the boot, hopes for the best. They need some numbers over there, the Kangaroos. Ferrito was just waiting. Umpires picked out a free kick. It'll go to the Hawks. Advantage paid. Now they can run. Get some run going. The Hawks to Crode. The athlete gets tackled by the boomer, Harvey, as he takes his kick. Brown's there for the Kangaroos, trying to knock it forward. He fell in the bag of Williams. Umpire calls play on. Now it goes to Thompson. No, he's pulled it back. It'll come back to Williams, who'll get that free kick.
Peter Everett down here on his own. Wells is the player that's had to go to him. The other two Hawthorn players should move away, leave Everett with Wells one out.
Didn't even recognise it, Gary.
Didn't even turn their head and look, Brian.
So Williams has got the ball. Everett's still in the square, but as you can imagine now, there are plenty of Kangaroos with him. Short to Lekkas. There's a thumping kick. He plays on. Backs himself in. Angelo Lekkas. They need this, the Hawks. And he misses. Now they're behind.
Well, listen, they're a bit of a rabble at the moment, Hawthorn. The fact they're only 14 points behind is more good fortune than anything else.
Might be just about 13 points, I think, Gary, but near enough's good enough.
10 minutes.
Early in a game.
11 minutes of play, no goals this quarter.
Yep. Makepeace. The job from deep in defence. Kicks out wide. The pack forms. Who's the winner here? The Roos got numbers. Simpson got plenty of it today. Low ball. What about this man? Been inspiring already. Shannon Grant just never stops working. and always finds himself out in the open with 15 touches, and we've still got 11 minutes in the first half to play. Grant, driving ball. Clark goes up, Jones stole it, kept it in play, all others stopped. It's a high ball, barely covered the journey. McKernan kept it alive. Holland, gather, can Hawthorn do something with this foray forward? Cox needs a mark, he'll get the free. Interference, probably pretty intelligent interference in the end by Sainsbury. The frees, Hawthorn 8, Kangaroos 4. So they're getting a good run, the Hawks. Holland fighting for it. Mitchell looks to retreat, gives it off to Loney. He ran out of bounds. He just simply ran out of real estate. Boundary throw in.
Nick Ruiz going to the bench, not surprisingly. And Nathan Thompson sits at 1 possession, and his partner in crime, Williams, also 1.
Vandenberg up and moving, which is a good sign. We'll find out more from Jason McCartney in a moment. In the meantime, King runs onto the ball. Hasn't got much to kick to on this occasion, and just decided to thump it as long as he possibly could. Didn't come off. Jacobs got back, took the mark. Now he transfers play at the Joel Smith. Smith can come the other side of the ground and kick to Barker. He does exactly that. Now they need some runners. Barker looks up. He's got the skipper. He's got Hodge, and he's got inside Clark. Clark gets the ball now, kicks it to centre-half forward, but he's just got no penetration in his kicking, and as a result, the Kangaroos picked it off. Sainsbury did well. Got it away to Colbert. It was a bad handball. Colbert under pressure, so back it'll come. This time, Barker will do the kicking inside on his own. Inside towards Hodge. It was a shocking kick. You'd hate to be a forward for the Hawks today. No wonder Thompson's only had 1 touch, because it's not coming in any sort of method at all. Here's a chance for what? His disposal was ordinary as well. Clark wobbles it forward. It might bounce through. There you go. He's munged it, as Brian Taylor would say, and he's kicked the goal. So Beaumont, I think it was.
Yeah.
Beaumont who kicked the goal.
And it capped off probably 6 mungers in a row, to be honest. I mean, that was a very unattractive piece of footy. Shannon Grant trying to get that to the boundary line. He sums it up and he just hits an absolute low-down, dirty mongrel. But it went through for 6 points. It's every bit as effective as an 80-metre spiral.
So Simon Beaumont gets his first goal in the brown and gold colours, and it's the first goal since the 14-minute mark of the first term, or the 14-minute mark of the second term for the Hawks.
And a clearance out of the middle goes once again to Mitchell. It's not really that effective. They make pace stolen. Hawks go forward. Leckers kick high. Here they come. Thompson! Gee, that would have been a ripping mark. Just could not hold it. Might have been Hodge. And in the end, the ball goes wide to Daniel Wells. Near the construction zone on the north side. He runs unattended. Kick forward. Grant again, providing enormous headaches for the Hawthorn coaching staff, and he finds Makepeace, who's run all the way from the back pocket.
Shannon Grant once more has got a new opponent. Rees off the ground. He's got Brown. I'm not sure Brown's got the motor to run with Shannon Grant as well. The matchup for him is just becoming more and more difficult as the minutes swing past. And this will put Troy Makepeace. This is his 8th possession. His opponent, Williams, has had 1.
Hasn't missed a game since round 13, 2001, this man. Talk about consistently available. Makepeace, 35 metres out. There's what he's got in front of him. It's bending, it's tight, it's close, and not good enough.
This was Luke Hodge just moments earlier at the back. Hodge, oh, it looked good. Jumped on Thompson's head.
Here they go again, the Kangaroos. Gee, we thought it was, he looked like Thompson. Anyway, Simpson.
Don't worry.
Centre wing, no. Long ball, McKernan, what can he do? Stands, couldn't deliver. Jones, this way, that way, left foot snap. Will kick his third if it's successful, I think it is. Corey Jones has nailed it.
3 goals to Corey Jones, and he's a live wire down there for the Hawks at the moment, for the Kangaroos rather. Again, it's this midfield, this outstanding midfield of the Kangaroos who continue to give supply to a... Look, it's uncomplicated. All the Kangaroos do is they get the ball in quickly, they make sure they get a genuine contest and get to the drop of the ball, and you just don't get any simpler than that.
Corey Jones was a great player last week for the Kangaroos against Adelaide, kicking 3 goals. He now has 3 goals on the board before half-time. Beaumont tried to knock it out. Mitchell's in there as well. And Croft just can't get into the game at the moment. Have a bounce.
How long, I was just going to say, how long do you persevere with a forward line setup of Mark Williams with 1 possession and Thompson with none? And fortunately, I think it's a good move. They've swung Thompson in the ruck and Everett to full forward.
In fact, Campbell's gone into the ruck as well there, Gary, so they're moving them around a little bit.
And you're right, I think Nathan Thompson might be off the ground.
So Smith has the ball at half-back flank. Just trying to get some sort of movement, no doubt. Schwabby at the moment, Peter Schwab.
Slow. It would be difficult playing on the forward line, as you said, Eddie. I think they've contributed a bit, but gee, it's been slow.
9 possessions for Smith. Beaumont. Chips it forward to Loney. This is where they're getting bogged down. Kangaroos really getting back in numbers and going man on man. No easy kicks for the Hawks once it gets to half-back flank.
Gee, they're accountable. The Kangaroos are and they work hard for each other, Eddie, and covering one another.
Now, don't let mind one slipping out to the wing. That was a good kick from Trent Crowd. Hodge, but on the boundary line again. This time he brings it in. Wells picks it off. Beautiful play. Wells goes to ground, knocks it out. Now the Kangaroos are a chance. Baird decided there was nothing on, so he kicked for touch. It won't make it, though. Hodge. Very rarely do you see that in the game of football where the ball just stops. Beaumont. Kick to Barker. Marks. Centre of the MCG. Long kick. Make peace, and Williams did it well. Got up high, took it on his chest.
1 out. Mark Williams 1 out against Troy Makepeace. He's not such a bad option.
2 touches for this man.
They just haven't been able to get it into that area. That's the 2-footed jump that we heard about this morning. His athleticism, him and Campbell Brown are both capable of doing this.
It's a basketball thing, isn't it?
Looks like it, but I mean, you see that and you say, well, okay, let's get it. 1 out to Williams on Makepeace.
4 goals last week for Mark Williams. Comes in for his first shot at the big sticks today. A big one for the Hawks. Just doesn't make the distance. Play on. No score. Colbert. Look at that. The clearing kick was beautifully executed by Colbert. No panic to Simpson. Simpson's kick was out to Harris. Bounce beats him, but he did enough. Campbell Brown fought hard. The ball's over the line and out of bounds.
Adam Simpson has been every bit as damaging as Shannon Grant. He's also had 16 possessions. They work hard offensively and defensively, the Kangaroo midfielders.
Free kick's been picked out here to Hawthorn.
Didn't see that.
No, Barker's got it. Bit of pushing and shoving, obviously. Good strong bump here too. Shannon Grant comes in on Brown. Makepeace takes the mark.
Great effort. Every time it's their turn to go, a Kangaroo player goes. He doesn't stop, he doesn't wait, he doesn't hesitate.
9 possessions for Troy Makepeace. He goes short to Brown, who marks still inside the fence of 50. Now they clear it out to Stevens. Michael Stevens has got the ball. Kicks long up the line, looking for Motlop. Oh, did it beautifully. That is a fantastic mark.
Half forward, Daniel Motlop. Shannon Grant getting plenty of it at the moment as well. Driving ball forward to the lead of McKernan, and he's marked. And I'll tell you what, this is definitely in range for Corey McKernan.
Gee, it's a funny old game, isn't it? They feel like they're about 30 points ahead at the moment, the Kangaroos. Yet the lead is only 14. This to make it 20. But the Hawthorn midfield have got to start to man up and got to start to take responsibility for an opponent.
They've done well to hang in there on the scoreboard, though, haven't they?
Incredibly well. As I said, it feels like a 30 or 40 point lead at the moment.
8-goal first quarter, only 2 goals in this second term. 1 each to both sides.
Just 14 points the lead for the Roos at the moment. This to make it 20 from Corey McKernan, who gets right through the ball, and that's when he's at his best. Got his first goal, Corey. 20-point lead, Roos.
Well, it's been made a bit simpler, I think, for Corey McKernan than it has in recent years. There's Mark Graham just conceding that front spot. And I reckon the message is from Dean Laidley, you just contest every time it comes down. You give us a strong contest. Doesn't particularly matter whether you take 15 marks or 10 marks. As long as you get to 20, 25 contests a game, we know where the ball's heading. We can get some crumbs.
So the Kangaroos answer. Beaumont kicked the first goal for the Hawks to get it back to 7 points. Now Jones and McKernan, the margin back to 20. Crawford, out he comes, kicks looking for Leckers. That was a magnificent kick. Beautiful kick to Leckers. Has to move it in quickly. Thompson runs down. The kick was an ordinary one though. Makepeace. Thompson now gets to the ball. Close in on the boundary line. Makepeace won't let him go. Good play. Comes out again to Williams. Kicks to the square. Spider's there. Needs the mark. Push through. Kangaroos get back in numbers again. Rush behind.
So wide, Brian, going forward to Hawthorn. Every single time they've been pushed out wide and they're attacking from pockets.
Yep, and that's happening right from when they clear it in the middle.
Yep.
Their first instinct is to go wide. As we saw on that occasion, King, Makepeace combined. Just the 2 3/4 minutes remaining in the half. Makepeace from the deep defensive post. On the head of Brown. Corey Jones, he's got an exciting leap. Leckers, Clark, Thompson able to run. He can drive the kick in and he'll find his man there in Hodge. And Hodge is marked and he's a reliable kick. 35 metres out, very slight angle. So Luke Hodge will line up in game number 32. Thompson's second possession there in the game was vital in getting the ball to this man Hodge. And Hodge, just a 50% goal-kicking record in his career so far, which is not fantastic by any means, but I think he's very capable nevertheless. The boy from Colac in Victoria, Luke Hodge, will line up. Kick on the way is there. Got it. Hawks are coming back. Hodge has 2.
And the Hawks just hang in there. 13 points to margin, a minute and a half just over to go in the second quarter. They haven't looked like it all day. They've been sluggish and slow, and their forwards haven't fired, and their disposal's been ugly. Their skipper's down. They've got players on the bench, and they're only 13 points behind. So there's so much life left still in this game. Just got to try and get a dangerous forward structure happening.
So back to 13 points the difference, which is a good sign for the Hawks because they have been able to cut a lot of the midfield run of the Kangaroos, as you're saying there, Gary, and as a result, they're back in this game. 13 points can be turned around in a matter of minutes.
Absolutely. I really think they're missing Vandenberg, who does break the lines and work hard. And I reckon Joel Smith into the midfield wouldn't be a bad move.
Here's Joel Smith. Good hip and shoulder. Opens it up for Clark, who went underground. It was a good handball from Clark. High tackle to Smith. 77 possessions, Hawthorn, to Kangaroos 56 this quarter. So they are working a lot harder. Crode has the ball. And the half-back line for the Hawthorn team. 9 possessions today for Trent Crode. Less than a minute to go in the first half. Kangaroos by 13 points. It's old-fashioned football. They just want to kick it to a pack. Push out there. Mark to Colbert.
Nick Holland has got to stand up in that situation. Luke Hodge getting a bit of the footy, but Nick, have a look at Nick Holland here. I think it's a big shove. It's not that hard a shove.
Needed really back into the pack, didn't he, Gary?
Just all he needs to do is cause a spill. Let them crumb.
Coming down to 30 seconds left in the quarter. Lee Colbert, once again, kicks to a pack. So it's going to be old-fashioned kick-to-kick football at the moment. Ferrito tries to get the handball out. Good play by Mitchell to Crawford. 23 seconds and counting. There's still time for both sides to get a score here. Free kick. And we'll go to Stevens, who put his body on the line. Not that that's a surprise to anybody who's ever seen this bloke play football.
No, he had a great day last week. He's coming up for his 8th possession today.
So the clock ticking down to the end of the first half. Last chance for the Kangaroos. Chances on too. If Harvey can keep his feet, he goes to ground. Umpires picked out a free kick to the Hawks. So that should just about see us out for the first half of football. We're in for a beauty in the second half too, because this game is reasonably evenly poised now, given Hodges' goal to bring the margin back to 13 points.
I agree, Eddie. And look, they're good players. Simpson and Grant have had a lot of the footy. Colbert's been great in the back half. There's Vandenberg, who looks like he might have a hip, hobbling off alongside Luke McCabe, who dislocated his shoulder and has had no further part. Shane Crawford has been well down. So there's a lot of upside still in this Hawthorn side. The Kangaroos will keep coming, we know that. So, yeah, there is a hell of a lot of life still in this game. Lee Brown, 6 goals last week. Has just got the 1 on the board at the moment, 5 possessions. Regrouping, bit of blood there on the face, or is it maybe the paint from the ground on Nathan Thompson? But plenty of life still in this game. 13 points the margin at half-time. The Kangaroos head up to just draw breath. The Hawks will do the same, and we'll be back to have a look at all the first half highlights. Nick Reese on Shannon Grant. Grant starting at half forward. He'll just take off around the ground.
Start of the second half here. Kangaroos by 13 points. Everett wins the knock. Mitchell, the extraction process is complete again. And Thompson marks. Perfect football from the Hawks.
Ask and you shall receive, Brian.
Yeah.
That is the possession that they're after. Again, Spider Everett got some hands on it. There was a little bit of interference from the Kangaroos, so it wasn't as smooth as we've seen, but it was just as effective.
Nathan Thompson lines up. Kick on the way. Tight. He likes it. He's got the fist up, and it's there.
Couldn't be a more perfect start for the Hawthorn Footy Club to come out after half-time and kick a goal within, well, what, 10 or 15 seconds of the bounce of the ball. There's only been 2 kicks in the since half-time. 1 to Mitchell and 1 to Thompson that just sailed through the goals. Just interesting there. There's good work from Barker, who was able to engage his opponent in bed so that he couldn't peel off and cut off the marking attempt. And that'll be good for Nathan Thompson's confidence too.
So the perfect start for the Hawthorn club. They trail now by just 7 points.
Done it again, Ed.
Forward again they go. This time.
Now that is a forward setup that just isn't quite right. If Barker's man is able to peel off onto a dangerous kick inside 50 and mark like that, he's just got to take him wider.
Baird to Simpson. Simpson now up towards the wing position. Jacobs at the back. Umpires paid it. Flicks the handball out. Crawford sidesteps nicely. 10th touch for the skipper. Look, chip forward was nice, and Holland's taken the mark. Wanting to go on with it. Goes back, gets the ball back to Crawford. Flicks it out wider still to Reese. Has to wait for the bounce. Has to wait a long time. Gets fixed up by Harvey. Did it well. Back with the handball it goes. Petrie opens it up for Shannon Grant. Wants to come back onto his left foot. Now Grant looks up. Corey Jones was his target. It's over the head of Crawford. Still a chance here for the Hawks. Coming through hard was Jacobs. Over to Crawford. Twisting and turning. That's throw. He got rid of it incorrectly, but it comes down to Harvey. So did he, but he picks it up. Lovely little bit of dexterity there from Harvey. Over the top it goes. And Shannon Grant will line up for his 2nd goal of the afternoon, and to give the Kangaroos a little bit of leeway here.
Not having a good
possession.
Sorry, not having a good afternoon, the skipper. Shane Crawford, he turned it over in the middle of the ground with a deplorable hand pass to Nick Rees. And the result is that Rees' opponent ends up with a footy, Shannon Grant, about 25 metres out on a slight angle. So he'd be disappointed with that.
Well, Shannon Grant's got the full run up here.
And Reese, his opponent, Grant, is getting sucked to the ball rather than staying back with Shannon Grant.
And he's not tight, Nick Reese, at the moment.
He's 15 metres out. He started his run 53 metres out. In comes Shannon Grant. Big kick. And that's why he does it. That's his routine. And he kicks his 2nd.
Well, that is the challenge at the moment for Peter Schwab, is just how are they going to stop Shannon Grant accumulating so many possessions, and also Adam Simpson, who have just had days out. Brent Harvey, we saw Harvey have a massive second half last week. He's got 10 possessions, so they will just keep coming. You'll expect Daniel Wells to come on and his pace when everyone else is getting a bit tired to create a few problems. So they're looking okay, the Kangas.
So a goal apiece in the third quarter sees that half-time margin of 13 points back again. Everett, the third clearance here for the Hawks. There it is, 3 from 3 in the second half. Can ask no more. Hodge putting his head over the ball. Spider, look at that. Sold it nicely. Runs away from Porter. This is exciting play from the big fella. And then he got carried away.
That tackle is as important or as inspiring as any mark or any goal. He had a full head of steam, Spider Everett, and had he kicked the goal from there, which is what he had his eyes on, who knows the lift the Hawks might have got. And one man stood between him, and it was Adam Simpson. Have a look at this. This is leadership right there. Took him on.
Good effort by Adam Simpson, but in doing so he's given the ball back to the Hawks on the wing. Out wide, Lekas had to get rid of it from the Motlop tackle. Loney gets back on the favoured left side, goes very wide, and that's something we were critical of them in the first half. Look where the ball is now. It's Southern stand wing on the boundary for the centre half forward Island to try and gather.
Yes, at times only the fence was keeping them in, Brian. And this is exactly where the Kangaroos would have wanted that forward thrust to end up. Spider goes up, Porter goes in, and it gets a free kick for too high.
And a bit happening off the ball between Crawford and Harvey initially. He's getting a bit frustrated, is Shane Crawford.
And Rawlings in amongst it as well. Here's the chance for Sainsbury. He comes running in from 50 metres out from goal. He's put it through. That is a big goal.
Now, just hang on, Eddie. There's a back behind play. If they don't pay advantage here, I reckon there's going to be a free kick against Shane Crawford, or the ball continued on. It's ended up with a goal.
Back. Might be a second kick.
There are spot fires breaking out everywhere here at the moment, as that picture tells you.
Now, there's no all clear for the goal. It's going to come back. In fact, there's going to be a 50-metre penalty to Porter from the original play. So the goal has been disallowed, and Porter starts off from 55 metres. It's a thumping kick at the goal. I'll tell you what, it might... no, it's off to the side for a point. So, work that one out.
Take the 50 or whether you would play advantage. Obviously, one of the umpires had blown time on. Left the frame here, Shane Crawford and Brent Harvey just trying to get in between. Nothing in that. Well, I don't think there's much in that.
Not much in that. Or that.
And that missed, luckily.
Good actors punched that one. Looked close on the video, but probably missed by about 8 inches.
Must have pulled it.
Smith. Harvey at the fall of the ball, gathered it beautifully. Now it's Lee Brown.
It is indeed, and he sees this man wide. Motlop finds him. Thought about going to Sainsbury in the middle corridor area. Motlop. Edge of the centre square. Kick wide. Have a look at this.
Oh.
Corey Jones was there for an eternity. Couldn't hit him.
That grass, he fell over 3 times, Corey Jones, trying to get that lead going. Sainsbury's got Campbell Brown in the half-back for the Kangas. Baird and Barker's been a match-up all afternoon.
Yeah, that patch of new turf there has been heavily criticised for being a little slippery.
Let's be honest, if it was at the Telstra Dome, we'd be jumping up and down.
Absolutely.
Well, you're the spokesman here, Gary. What's going on?
Oh, it's new turf, Eddie, obviously.
Yeah, well, Spider just slipped on that new turf and turned it over straight away.
Indeed he did.
I want you doing the edge with a hard hat on the turf in the middle and in the forward pocket next week, Gary.
Looking after construction, Eddie, and it's going beautifully.
Motlop. Got the ball out to Jones.
Can't build a stand and do the grass.
Surely your influence filters down to that area as well.
Jones decides to go for the torpedo. He's got onto it. Has he ever got onto it?
Oh, no.
Just missed. 15 points the margin now. And Corey Jones has kicked 3 goals, 1.
It's a fair hit. He's kicked that 60, probably 65 metres.
Didn't quite come back enough the other way.
Here's the turf.
Jacobs to Spider. Clark gets a bad bounce. Porter, Brown, they're queuing up 2-on-1 here, but the ball coming in was a shocker. We'll have a throw in.
Well, this is a very critical time here. The Hawthorn big winners in the first round. The Kangaroos even bigger winners the next day against the Adelaide Crows here. It's a pretty critical time here for Hawthorn. They need to hold the Kangaroos.
Deep in the Kangaroos forward 50, McKernan. One of the front position won it. Mitchell, desperate. But the Roos have got numbers back. Makepeace easily accounts for Williams in the strength department. The kick forward, Mitchell and Crawford combined. Mark wasn't paid, touched off the boot apparently. Around the body for Rito. McKernan. Loney, Motlop. McKernan's still there. There's a fight behind the play. Gary, you keep an eye on that. Jones had a flying shot for goal. It didn't travel 10, such play on no matter what happens. Here's Grant and Harvey. Grant, the spinning pirouette, lines him up. Oh yeah, he's got another brilliant goal.
This is going on. I've got to jump in, Brian. This has been interesting. It's Crawford, Simpson, Petrie's been into it as well. Big Leroy Brown. I don't know if there's anything being thrown, but it has been a little bit of fire in there. Shane Crawford is just, he's boiling at the moment, and Brady Rawlings has been able to get under his skin.
Here we go. We've got it all on the tape. You missed nothing here on AFL on 9. Bit of backhander, bit of a trip. In they go.
It's the Simpson. Simpson gets in here in a moment, which is the one you want to have a look at. There's a bit of laughing going on at the moment. Not much to be. This is the one where it gets exciting. Just stay with it. Stay with it if you wouldn't mind. Still stay with it. This is where, there it gets exciting. Now that is something that they may very well have a look at.
A couple of jumper punches in amongst
Jumper punches, that's what they are.
Well, there's definitely some revenue in the wrestling department.
Do they count jumper punches?
Well, they haven't this year.
Depends what week it is.
No force. If there's no force, you can headbutt without force.
Driving ball forward. Oh boy, there's some tension and feeling here at the G at the moment, and the Kangaroos are winding up. Shannon Grant kicked his third goal, and here's Harvey going forward again. He sold the dummy on air, but he sold a genuine second one. A couple of bounces, runs inside 50. Here they go. No go, minor score.
He's starting to get busy as he did last week in the second half. They've got Daniel Wells, who's just primed, ready to go. And on the other side, the Hawks have got their two midfielders in Vandenberg and McCabe out of action for the afternoon. It may become a factor. The other big man, Robbie Campbell. So really only Adrian Cox to come on and give some relief.
Kangaroos 7 inside 50s this quarter for 2 goals. Hawthorn have had 2 for 1. So it's all been down this end of the field. Reese, his kick. Wobbles forward. Barker goes to ground. Baird over the top. Picked up by Rawlings. Rawlings now swings down the field. The kick was smothered. Motlop used his body well. Had to go a second time. Fighting hard for the ball. Umpire letting it go, which was good umpiring. They blow far too early on a lot of occasions. That wasn't one of them. Now Everett. He's wrapped up. Petrie's not letting him go anywhere. Now the umpire will affect the bounce.
Porter off and Wells on, so some speed coming on for the Roos. Timely looking to rip the game open from here on the Kangaroos, knowing that the Hawks, as Gary pointed out, may well run out of runners. We'll look for that late in this third quarter. We've played 12 minutes. Simpson, driving ball. McKernan sits himself in line to mark. But the athlete, Trent Crowe, has marked defensive 50. His 10th possession of the day, the kick. Finds the target in Beaumont. This is where they lack fluency from this point in time on the Hawks. This time they move it quicker and better and find Campbell Brown. He'll keep going. Kick forward. No mark. Hawthorn players collide in the air in Loney and Holland.
And Brown saying lead up the ground, not to the pocket.
It's been a trend all afternoon, Eddie. I think it's got as much to do with their ability to run hard through the middle of the ground and to deliver it deep into attack as it is the blokes leading. Adam Simpson's got Beaumont as his opponent. He's the best sweeper, or one of the best in the competition, Simpson.
22-point lead for the Kangaroos. Simpson, look at that around the corner nicely. Great awareness, Stevens and McKernan.
Big Corey Winds it up, kicks it into the middle of the ground to Sainsbury. It was a beautiful kick. Kangaroos breaking. I tell you what, Grant's got away again. And here he goes. He runs to the ball. Hodges underneath it. Hodge did well. Had to come back with the flight of the ball. The handball from Graham was good to Smith. Smith now out to Jacobs. Marks at half back. Wanting to go on with it. Nothing to go to. Now he just chips up the line. Kangaroos won't mind that at all. Beaumont. A left footer. Off a step. Kicks it up to half forward. Once again, though, they just had to fly and hope for the best over the line and out of bounds. So they're shutting them down well with their positioning, the Kangaroos, making them kick to the boundary line.
And again, Adam Simpson just strolling around on his own at half back, just getting in the right hole, getting in the spot. Look at that. You reckon you wouldn't get someone closer and tighter? He's had 20 possessions.
Crawford picks him up. Cox. Centering ball. Good play. Campbell Brown. Too far out for him to score. Where's the lead? Is it forthcoming? Nothing. He'll just bang it long to the square. The fly. Thompson did well, Colbert. Minor score.
Luke Hodge, the latest opponent for Shannon Grant. Hodge gone to half back, Grant to half forward, having a breather.
So 2 Shannon Grant goals in this third quarter. The only goals for the Roos and just 1 for Hawthorn's Nathan Thompson. Michael Stevens wide. Sainsbury gathers. Centre wing, couple of bounces, no pressure. Goes wide. Corey Jones and Corey McKernan. McKernan got the better. A handball in hope. Here's the young fella Clayton trying to bust his way through heavy traffic. Umpire did the right thing and let it go. Joel Smith. Brilliant play in a very, very tight situation. Williams, a wonderful trap and a beautiful handball. Beaumont was wrong-footed on his right. Here comes the big fella. Thompson can give it to Cox. Cox is fast. He can run the goal. I think that might be Loney, but he didn't need him. Cox has barreled it all the way home. And the Hawks get one against the flow.
Great calling, Brian. It was very much against the flow, and it keeps them in touch at 15 points. This bloke here, Joel Smith, I reckon with Vandenberg out of action and with McCabe out of action, he just could be the man to go into the middle of the ground, and just because he runs and carries the footy, he absolutely makes some space for the Hawthorn forwards. This is good work from Thompson, attacking the ball, and a nice finish from Cox.
(7-5) plays 9-8. It's 15 points the difference. They just can't break this game open, the Kangaroos. Hawthorn hanging tough. Spider gets the tap. No extraction on that occasion.
And Dean Laird identifies the value of Smith, so he sends Daniel Wells straight down to the goal square. There the ball of action, McCabe and Vandenberg. Big losses for Hawthorn. Can't come back on.
Spider again gets the tap. Mitchell just tried to toe poke it forward. Brown knocks it forward for the Kangaroos. Out to Simpson. Good hands out wide again. It ends up with Grant. 21 disposals for Shannon Grant. Chucking a couple of goals. It's been a good afternoon. Corey Jones was over the line. There, umpire was late on the call, the boundary umpire, but he was right. So we'll have a throw in. About 65 metres out from the Kangaroos' goal. His foot was over the line there.
Yep.
So a throw in. We've been playing 17 minutes in this third term. Again, Everett got the quick handball away. Harris kept it in.
Oh.
Good play by Grant. Got it out to Brown. Grant's down though and hurt. Brown up forward. Punched away by Jacobs. Umpire is going to pick a free kick up down here.
Remonstration after Mitchell cleaned up Shannon Grant. Smith came in to remonstrate.
And got him with a high tackle, so it'll be a Mitchell free.
It's a nice hip and shoulder.
There was nothing wrong with that.
It's just this one that if you just follow it on, it's Smith that gave the free away.
So he goes to the
Harris.
corridor. Hodge, kick smother, danger, danger, danger. Here's Grant. He's kicked all of the Kangaroos' goal in this corner. Handball over the top to Harris. Here they go. Harris, the standing start, lets it rip. Goal. Got his first.
And Harris letting the Hawthorn cheer squad know all about it.
I beg your pardon, I was calling Daniel Harris-Smith. He was the player that gave the free kick away, and he's redeemed himself by scoring a goal and just opening that lead again to a nice 21-point buffer. Big smother from Petrie caused it. Shannon Grant again, a hand in it. And this is a nice finish from Daniel Harris. And he's pretty excited about it.
It's an 8.68, plays 7.5.47. The margin back out to 21 points. Next goal is so important. Everett, Crawford, Mitchell. Out of the centre it goes. But Makepeace is the fourth name. That wasn't a Hawthorn one. Baird now, they can run it away. Colbert looks up, gets a good run from Sainsbury. With courage, goes back to the float of the ball and takes it. So Eddie Sainsbury comes in. Kicks up the line to guess who? Shannon Grant. Over the line, out of bounds.
Now the interchange will become a factor. Warm day. Let's go down to Jason McCartney. One bench is looking all right, the other not so good, Jace.
Yeah, Gary, Dean Lately fully aware of the Hawks down to 20 men. Adam Simpson's the only key midfielder for the Kangaroos not to have had a spell yet, so really rotating through.
Boundary throw in McKernan. Clearing kick. Danger again here. Clayton. Tackled, still got rid of it. Petrie. Puts a high ball in, it's legal, it's covered the journey, it's markable. It wasn't in the end. Hawthorn player Hodge was tackled, ball pinned to him. Ball up. Gee, Hawthorn would not want to let the Kangaroos score another goal here.
Adam Simpson having his spell in the Kangaroo forward line at the moment, being picked up by Mark Graham.
3 goals to the Roos in this third quarter, 2 to the Hawks. Shannon Grant has been very, very good. And the interchanges in the game so far, 22-16. Shot at goal on the way. And King thought he had it, liked it, tried to talk the umpire into it. No result. Interchanges, by the way, for the game so far. Kangaroos 22, Hawks 16.
Smith plays on straight away. Kick was a good one to centre wing. Holland. Inside 50 with a kick. They need a big mark. Up goes Thompson. Split the pack. Couldn't hold it though. Everett was in there as well with the Kangaroos with the numbers. It comes out to Stevens, who goes long to guess who again? Shannon Grant.
Who's playing on him?
Hodge cannot run with Shannon Grant. He has not got the engine. He's absolutely out on his feet, Luke Hodge.
24 possessions for Shannon Grant. 2 goals. Holds it up. Decides to go long. Simpson's the man who's going to have to fly from behind. Up he goes. Second grab, couldn't quite get it. Ball flicks out. Sainsbury gets it out to King. He'll kick this one, Kingy. Don't worry about that. No, he won't. I will worry about it. He's missed 2 in a row. And David King usually buries those from 30 metres out. Might have been better kicking off the ground, Gary. It's good at those ones.
He is indeed.
Shannon Grant's got 3 goals, by the way. I'm discounting one. He's kicked 2 this quarter.
Yep.
And kicked 1 in the first quarter, so all at this end.
So where do we go with the Hodge and Grant matchup from here, Gary?
Well, I tell you, I reckon at some stage you might even give consideration to, or you go to the bench because Luke Hodge is coming off with blood. And look, the only man they can bring on is John Barker. Peter Everett comes off for Campbell to have a bit of a run in the ruck, but they're down to just the bare numbers on the interchange.
They're bringing
bench.
Brown up, I think, now to play midfield or come back.
And he hasn't got the legs either to run with Shannon Grant, so maybe Crawford is an option in the last quarter to run with Grant, try and run off him and create something.
So running out of legs, the Hawks. Running out of options. Kick out wide, Joel Smith.
Great kick.
It was indeed to find Mark Graham. 75, 80 metres from the goal square. Graham will settle it down. Just under 6 minutes remaining in the quarter. 27 points. Had it down to 15 points at one stage, the Hawks. Not all that long ago. The kick to a contested situation. Doing it nicely was Reese. Lekas. Grant in the thick of it again. Stevens urges the ball out. Jeremy Clayton in there as well. Might have sat on his back. And a free kick will go Anthony Stevens' way. But Harris wide, he ignores that. He'll look to get this into the danger zone. Michael Stevens, the brother of Anthony. Transfer play to the north side here at the MCG. Corey Jones has got room to move and sum up his options. The driving low drop punt is beautifully produced from Petrie. Over the head though, and Graham mops up.
Well, Graham's kick is ordinary though. Straight over the line out of bounds. Having said that, there wasn't a whole lot on for him. So he'll probably take that. Jason McCartney, boundary side.
Yeah, Luke Hodge just bleeding from the nose. He's been fixed up. I think he's pretty happy to be having a spell. Shannon Grant's run him into the ground this quarter.
And Grant's just come on for a spell himself, and Harvey comes back on. So saving
Fair replacement, Ed.
Fair replacement.
Yeah, fair replacement.
So 23 minutes, you'd probably think he'll have a bit of a spell till three-quarter time, and then Shannon Grant with the man that Dean Laidlaw will be hoping will be his match winner. Barker, fresh on the ground, couldn't quite get that. It threw it out. Ball shoveled out to Rees. His kick is inside 50. Thompson gets a bad bounce. He hasn't had much coming in. Lace up today. Good strong mark taken out there by Stevens. To his brother, Anthony. To centre wing. Up goes Simpson. Couldn't quite hold the mark. Now the Hawks are a chance. They run through the middle of the ground. It's been intercepted by Brown, though. Campbell was away. Simpson again puts it out in front of Harvey. Fresh legs. Takes it on. Takes on two players. Opens it up and kicks the goal. Boomer kicks a boomer. His first.
Fresh legs indeed. Fresh legs indeed. He has just come on after just enjoying the shade of the interchange bench, Brian, and Shannon Grant off.
Have you ever seen a more obvious example of fresh legs there from a player coming on, taking on two that were dead?
That is copybook fresh legs.
Oh, yes.
That's good coaching.
That is great coaching, and look, they are in all sorts, Hawthorn. You cannot see them, you wouldn't think, getting back.
4 goals for the Roos in this third quarter to open up a nice lead. 7-5, 47 there to 11-10. Ball back in the middle. Jones over the top of it. Jeremy Clayton should have got the hands underneath it. Jacobs, Trent Crowe, handball, had to be quick, was good, got a free, but the advantage paid. Now they need a goal here before three-quarter time. We've played some 25.5 minutes. The kick for it, great mark by Holland. Holland is marked. And he's at half forward. Looks downfield, what's on offer. Goes wide to Thompson. Got to beat a couple. The punch away, didn't get to the boundary line that they'd hoped, the Kangaroo defenders. But doesn't matter, they've got control. They turn it over. Lekas with a ball into the hot zone. They fly. Everett was one out with Colbert. Did well, Colbert. Rawlings to the line. Boundary throw. And Gary, just want to ask you, taking Shannon Grant off, one of the best players on the ground in this quarter and the game, how difficult is that for a coach to remove his best player knowing he needs a rest?
No, not at all, I wouldn't think. Not in this day and age. They're conditioned for it. They know that they'll come back better for the rest. It's part of the modern day game.
Saw it yesterday with Nathan Buckley as well. So they're prepared, the coaches, to have a real go. Stick to the plan. Pushing the back, Kangaroos free kick. So, speaking of which, this bloke last week was the star up forward, Lee Brown. And today he's played very, very well across half-back.
They're just a contester, contributor, gets to the contests.
Yep.
Him and McKernan are the same.
But career high last week of 6 goals, Gary.
Fantastic result.
And then play him across half-back because it fits the team. That is what modern-day football is all about. He's had 11 touches, by the way.
Yep.
In the meantime, Baird's kick is an absolute shocker. Over the line and out of bounds. We'll have a throw-in at half-forward flank for the Kangaroos.
Well, a goal for Hawthorn. They need that goal so they can get together at three-quarter time and just believe that they are still very much in the hunt. If the Kangaroos were to score again, gee, it would be debilitating.
Porter down to Harris, does well, flicks the ball out, he got a free kick, umpire's going to pay the advantage, and away goes Rawlings, 2 bounces. He now can thump it long to the goal square. Motlop's got them done here. Jacobs got totally lost in the sun and in the run to the square. The ball drops short, and Daniel Motlop gets the chance to kick 5 out of the last 6 goals for the Kangaroos and the last 3 consecutive ones. So Harris copped one, they're making him earn it. He's obviously got up a few of their noses.
Yeah, he's going to come off the ground, Eddie. You've got to Tough one, I think, where Campbell just fell on his head.
It's a fair bit of person to fall on you too.
Yeah.
He weighs 110 kilos. It's like a fridge falling on you. Here comes Motlop. Kicks the goal. That'll make Harris feel a lot better. And the Kangaroos have got this game by the scruff.
Yeah, he's becoming a very, very dangerous forward. Is Daniel Motlop. He can take a mark. Here's the Harris injury. I think it was the initial poke in the eye or somewhere around that from, it might have been Clark who was involved in the initial contact, but Motlop, he just is a hard matchup, Motlop, because he can mark, he can run, he's quick, he's a good player.
34-point advantage for the Kangaroos at the 29-minute mark of the third quarter. The centre clearance is unbelievably. Hawthorn lead 12 to the Kangaroos 4, and they are still losing the game. In fact, it's a 35-point lead. Miscalculation there, Gary, by me. Rawlings wide.
Don't worry about it.
Should blame someone else, but don't often do what you do, Gary.
No one looking to cop that blame, I can tell you.
Cox, Crowd. I was a star at algebra, no good at arithmetic. Reese, head over the ball, won it. Clark, here they go, Cox, kicked a good goal earlier in the game, long ball. Thompson lines up, got let under the ball. The back of the pack, the skipper Simpson, Porter combining, and Makepeace will see the Roos attack through the corridor.
One of the great mathematicians to come out of Mandurah High was Brian Taylor. As it comes out now to Motlop. Motlop chips it out to Wells. Time to Wells to get into this game. Flicks it forward, looking for Harvey. Wells is still there. Harvey, little toe poke. King has a shot at the goal. He knew he would.
Had 3 opportunities this quarter, Kingy, isn't he?
Poor choice from Motlop too. He had Harvey inside and elected to go to Wells.
Breeze, who was clobbered earlier on, just chips it up. Lekas, half-back flank. Inside 30 seconds left to go in this term. The Hawks are all over the shot. Beaumont, little backhander there from Wells. He gets it back. Still chance here for the Kangaroos. Wells quickly gets the boot on the ball out to King. King, you'll have a crack at it. Don't worry if you can get it, that is. 10 seconds left. Can Hawthorn do anything with this? No, it won't do anything. It's just out in the wide open spaces. 3 seconds to go in the term. And that is it. So a fantastic quarter for the Kangaroos. 5 goals to 2. And their 13-point margin is now out to 35 at three-quarter time. The Hawks, with only 2 players left on their bench, and a lot of blokes going up and down in the one spot, Gary, have certainly got the job in front of them.
They have indeed, Eddie. They have. There's some weary Hawthorn boys out there that have been trailing their Kangaroo opponents around the ground for some time. On the other hand, you have a look at the 2 benches. They are running the Kangaroo players from one side of the ground to the other. The other Hawks have just got into a trot. Brent Harvey's nice and fresh. They've got Wells, who's fresh. You wouldn't mind being on the Kangaroos. We'll be back for the final quarter after this.
To centre wing, up goes Simpson. Couldn't quite hold the mark. Now the Hawks are a chance. They run through the middle of the ground. It's been intercepted by Brown, though. Campbell was away. Simpson again puts it out in front of Harvey. Fresh legs, takes it on, takes on 2 players, opens it up and kicks the goal. Boomer kicks a boomer.
The clearances, Brian, very, very important statistic, and just even, yet the Kangaroos hold sway by 6 goals. Explain that to me.
Stunning statistic, isn't it? That we mentioned that during the quarter, that Hawthorn in the clearance factor out of the middle of the ground were doing it very, very nicely in the centre breaks there. You see 12 to 5.
That tells you the forward line's not functioning.
Yep.
It's going in there enough.
Well, Dean Laidley in that third quarter coached brilliantly as well. 2 players on, Harris and Harvey, 2 goals in 2 minutes.
So we're underway in the final term, and Shane Crawford has snuck around the back of the pack as well to go forward. Mitchell tries to get the ball out of the centre. Holland flicks it back to Smith. Out wider still. Beaumont on his right boot. Struggles with that. Up towards Thompson. Got enough of it, said the umpire. And Big Thompson will have the first shot at goal in the final quarter.
Well, it was a great start in the third quarter, and they kicked a goal straight out of the middle. Peter Schrobb is certainly giving himself every chance of winning this game. Danny Jacobs has been moved forward. I think you might find that Joel Smith's gone into the middle of the ground to try and give them some run and some penetration. And he's a confidence man, Nathan Thompson. He can kick 3 or 4 quickly.
One within the first 30 seconds of the third term. The Hawks desperately need him to do it again. No cigar.
It's a munger, Brian.
Knocks the stuffing out of you, that, doesn't it? When you know that the Hawks have got to get it done in the first 10 minutes of this final quarter to then give themselves a chance to win the game. Sainsbury kicks out. Great mark taken there by Ferrito. He will kick down the line and to centre wing on the southern stand side. Stevens earns himself a free kick. Little fortunate. Mitchell inquiring as to why. And just the little bit head high-ish. Stevens, short ball, Lee Colbert. Chipping kick. McKernan strong. Too far out though. Or is it for Corey? He will have to kick it about, well, near on 60 metres. And that's what he's done. He lines it up, puts everything into it. Minor score. Distance wasn't a factor in the end. So the Roos on the scoreboard also in this final quarter.
So back to 35 points of difference. From full back, it's Loney for the Hawks. Once again, pretty stagnant. The kick was a beauty, though. To Crode. Crode pretty much in the true centre half-back position, goes very, very wide out to Graham. Graham tries to get some run going with Holland. Holland back to Graham. It worked well. Graham now kicks to the forward 50. It's a bit of a floater, but it was a good kick in the end to Thompson. Thompson plays on. Running. Everett's in the square. He said, kick it into me, for goodness sake. I've got them beaten all day, but they've mucked around at forward 50 and turned it over again, the Hawks. Now it's Harvey for the Kangaroos. Chips up the line. Motlop waits. Harvey runs past. Kicks it again. Harvey keeps running. McKernan's got the ball now. Looks inside. Ferrito's on for him. The kick was a shocker from Corey. Now the Hawks have got another chance as Smith kicks long finally. And out comes Spider! Didn't go for it in the end. Thompson got across the front and marked. But at least they kicked it long and strong to 2 marking options. And Thompson had the front spot. Spider was at the back. And now they've got another shot at goal.
Got to convert. And what it does, it gives him the confidence to go long, and all of a sudden Porter doesn't know whether he needs to get back on Everett or to cover Thompson. Nice long kick from Smith, who's getting himself involved. Well, they will not go down without a fight.
Thompson's second shot at goal within 3 minutes in this final term. He comes in. The first was a shocker. That is an absolute beauty right through the middle. And the Hawks get the first goal on the board in the final term to give themselves some chance. Well, Peter Spider Everett is going to go back into the middle of the ground and contest this knockout, and then you might find that he just pushes forward down to the goal square to give them another option. Might be Nick Holland that goes into the middle of the ground and runs around and just contests as that tall. Angelo Lekis has been great for the Hawks. He needs some support in the middle of the ground to get that ball forward. Confidence up for Thompson. Slim chance still.
So the Hawks get the first goal of the last quarter, as they've done each quarter so far, the Hawks. So they've had good starts, and they trail by 29 points. Everett in the middle. Nothing on offer in the free kick department. Joel Smith, as Gary has wanted for some time now, has been moved into the midfield. And supplied that Thompson option a moment ago.
Now that by right should be a free kick to the Kangaroos there, because the legs were taken underneath
I think they call it tunnelling. I reckon Peter Everett might have lost his feet.
But he still took the legs from under him, so it should have been a free kick for a trip.
It's a very dangerous thing, actually.
Very dangerous, man.
As through the middle, the Hawks come charging home again. Here he is, Thompson!
Great effort.
Marked by the Roos defence in Lee Colbert was outstanding.
She's been good. He had a great game last week and solid again today.
Anthony Stevens chips wide out of bounds on the full. Crawford will get the kick.
He'll move it quickly here. He got one out in the goal square. Danny Jacobs has gone forward. Brady Rawlings is just milking that beautifully.
Oh, gee, he took the time there and he did it well. And just by saving that 3 or 4 seconds, it allowed about 20 to get back. Spider's got it. Long way from home. Thompson wants it long in the goal square. He waves. He says, come on, Spide. Just kick it in my direction. I feel I can leap and mark. Here is Spider. Thompson's got a bit of a run at it. Kicked it out of bounds on the full.
It's a poor result from Peter Everett. Had to be the top of the goal square to give Thompson, who's taken 2 big contested marks already, an opportunity to run at it.
Stevens this time hits the spot. Beautiful kick. Transferring play to the southern stand side. It's been taken by Motlop. Oh, sorry, by Makepeace. Motlop's was the next lead. And that's where he is. Pushed his man in the back though. The umpire caught him. And the free kick will go to Cox.
Things just tracking okay for Hawthorn at the minute. They need to make the most of it on the scoreboard.
Holland leads one way. Spider to the pocket. Jacobs has come down as well. Still short to Rees. Still a kick and a half away from the goals. Crode unwinds. Here we go. One for the big markers. No one flew. Porter took it in the end, uncontested.
Starting to tire, Eddie. The big men are starting to tire as well.
Inside 55, Hawthorn Kangaroos just the one this term, resulting in just 1 goal though for Thompson.
Ball out wide on the north side. They just need to get it done in the first 10 minutes. Gary alluded to the tiring factor. Look at that from Ferrito. Oh, boundary umpire pinged him. Gary, you're in line with that. What did you think?
I think that Michael Ferrito could feel hardly done by, Brian. Who's been good again today, Ferrito. Found a player, another one. The Kangaroos have a look at this. What is he thinking?
Well, the shadow was definitely in.
We're on top of that, right on top of it, our cameraman.
Boundary throw in. Around the body. And they go forward again through the boot. Ferrito. And over the line out of bounds. Boundary throw in. Slightly favouring the Kangaroos attacking end of the ground. Spider Everett's one out on the goal square with Watt.
Which means that Thompson now gets Colbert. So a little bit of a height advantage for Nathan Thompson and a release from Watt, who's had his measure all day.
Absolutely. Holland doing the ruck work to allow Spider and Thompson to be forward. Harvey, but they need to win possession of the ball before they can do anything with it. McKernan, Makepeace, pushed over now. Oh! If that had gone Hawthorn's way, they were away. They had the field in front and they had loose players everywhere. But guess what? Did not happen because the Roos are very resilient indeed in defence. Rees around the body now. The same thing's on here. Here he is, the athlete. Watch him stride out. It's beautiful. Takes a bounce. Will kick long. And that's why I call him the athlete, because perhaps the skills just don't quite follow on. And Spider's got to get out and do it at ground level.
Yeah, well, you got yourself out of that hole, Brian. Anyway, here's a chance. The handball goes over the top. Running into the open goal is Danny Jacobs. He's got it! Hawks have kicked 2 in a row.
And they're not done with just at the moment. Good coaching from Peter Schwab here. Swung things around. Maybe could have done it a little bit earlier just to try and get some sort of a dangerous structure in place. It was a shocking kick from Trent Crowe, but rather than Peter Everett drop his head, he went out, he chased and attacked the footy. He gave 1, 2, 3, 4 contests and got it off to Hodge. It got it onto Jacobs. So there is some fight still in this Hawthorn team.
Can you believe it? We're back to a 23-point margin. Lots and lots of time left. We've played 9 minutes in the last quarter. 14 to come. Here they go again. There he is, the extractor, Lekas. Banging ball to half-forward, Holland. Got a good leap. Now they're starting to get on the end of it. Again, Mitchell looking for Hodge. Rees was involved in the middle. Crawford overran the ball. Stevens, the tackle was brilliant from Hodge. They're really having a crack. But you reckon, Gary, they've got about 5 or 6 minutes of this sort of football in them before the factor of tiredness comes in. Here goes Ferrito, driving ball forward for the Kangaroos. And David King is marked.
Ferrito's kick might have been the winning kick of the match there. He kicked that good 50 metres to the right spot. And now a big chance for the Kangaroos to answer.
You gotta like the boy, Ferrito. He's had a very good afternoon. He's
look at that.
His depth and penetration just got over the top of Campbell Brown, who was positioned in front of David King.
3 shots in the third quarter, David King. No goals.
Any chance of a pass for Kingy?
No. David needs to just settle, as he's done, and line this one up. 45 metres out, Gary.
Sure about that.
Kick on the way. It's almost a match-winning goal if he was to get it. He's got it. He likes it. It's there. The Roos back out to 29 points.
King, he'll be very happy now. He's made up for his kick out earlier on.
And was heading to the boundary, but he's kicked the goal, so he's been given a reprieve. It just hurts. This little passage of play down here, there was a pass that was chopped off, and this is the rebound. And Eddie alluded to this kick here from Michael Ferrito. He was right on the Toyota sign at centre wing and was able to put that ball deep inside 50. It was a terrific kick.
Kangaroos get their first goal of the quarter, a vital one too. Back to 29 points. And Brian Taylor said the Hawks might have had about 5 minutes of running their legs. Well, I think that's down to about 2.5 after that goal. That slows you right up. Scoreboard pressure, the best pressure in the final term. Now we'll have another ball up.
See, they're such an impressive footy club. How nice would it be if Peter Schwab was able to call on Richie Vandenberg at this stage, or Luke McCabe, two important midfield runners. Vandenberg's certainly a key part of their midfield team. He's been off the ground since the first quarter.
Look like a couple of boys at the Blawn Bowls there with a blanket over the leg and everything. Elite footballers.
Nothing worse than being off the ground early and not having felt like you've spent any money.
Here we go. Shannon Grant runs in, hooks the kick, and through for a behind. Grant's kicked 3 goals, 1. 30 points the margin.
And been very influential in this game. So with 12 minutes remaining in the game, 30-point margin. Cox from fullback. Still got Spider Everett and Nathan Thompson in the forward line. Simpson gathers on his non-preferred, belts it back in to the attacking 50 area. Beaumont, kick out of trouble in hope, went straight into the arms of Stevens. And this would be the sealing goal.
I'm not sure what Simon Beaumont was doing here. He had a handball option there from Tim Clark, and he just kicked wildly into the. If you're going to kick wildly to the boundary line, not back into the middle corridor.
Anthony Stevens, 274 game career, has been outstanding. Originally recruited from Shepparton back in 1989. And the former skipper comes in and nails the crunch goal. Got it.
They just keep giving the Kangaroos. They keep finding something. It was, have a look at the goal scorers this quarter for them after they'd been challenged a bit by Hawthorn. David King and Anthony Stevens. Just familiar faces. Here's the Beaumont kick. Not sure what that's all about. And Anthony Stevens, he's been very solid again today. 21 possessions. Now kicked a goal. Long way back from here for the Hawks.
So the Kangaroos now leading by 36 points. It could well be percentage time for the Kangaroos. They can really start to hammer home now with their last 11 minutes. The fight looks like it's out of the Hawkers now. Inside 50 they go. Out comes Wells. Bounce beats the lot of them. Reeves with courage. Through it. Loney out wide to Williams. Williams again off one step. Panic kick. Trying to just clear the 50. North Melbourne, the Kangaroos just doing it beautifully with great pressure. Their forwards won't let the ball out. Shannon Grant gets it over to Motlop. Motlop with the outside of his boot. Trying to get it over to Petrie. Off the ground they go from Loney. Rees to Cox. Cox's kick is smothered. Williams is locked up. They won't let it out, the Kangaroos. That's great defensive stuff there. Wonderful play. And the Kangaroos affect the ball up inside their forward 40.
Peter Schwab has taken the headphones off, Gary, and you think that perhaps he's...
That's desperation there, isn't it?
Yeah, that was Corey Jones who set this. We set him alight early in the piece, Corey Jones.
Give that tap to Porter. Hodge. The last 7 minutes, inside 50s have been 4-zip Kangaroos' way. And they've kicked 2-1 to no score to really make sure of this 4 points. In the meantime, the ball will come back, and Smith, who's certainly been not Hawthorn's worst by a long way, will take the free kick. Little push in the back there from King.
true centre wing Joel Smith is situated. And he's heading towards the punt road end here at this MCG. Feeds the ball off inward to the run of Loney. Penetrating run and kick he is. Driving ball, Thompson has got 2 in the game, 1 in this quarter.
You wonder why they go wide when you've got a man that can stand tall, he can jump at it, but he'd also use his body. You just wonder why they went so wide early in the piece, Hawthorn.
Lives in the country town of Kyneton here in Victoria. Does Nathan Thompson. Kick on the way. I think it is there. He's got his 3rd goal.
He lives where?
Kyneton.
Every day.
Well, he spends a bit of time in here, but he travels a lot. Indeed he does.
Not that far. Ring roads these days, Gary.
50 minutes, Gary. Don't know whether you've ever been out of the city fringe.
Country boy myself, Brian. Not like a pretender like you. He just started to win a bit of footy. He has, as Nathan Thompson. He hasn't had the great afternoon. He's very quiet in the first half.
Nathan Thompson with his 2nd goal of this final quarter and has 3 for the game. 66-96, 30-point lead. Ball up, 9 minutes remaining. Porter, Simpson, good ruck work. Goes forward for the Roos. Joel Smith there, Daniel Wells. Intelligent little slipper out the side door. Stevens tries to gather. Shane Crawford had a bad one today. Rawlings kick smothered. Petrie, Porter standing hard. Unloaded as he kicked it. Nevertheless, he gained ground.
Free kick.
And Loney will get a free kick holding the jumper.
Well, they're going to go. I'm not sure they've got the legs to go, but they've got to get this thing moving if they want to try and draw a bit closer. Not sure there was much in it, to be honest, from that.
Smith and Loney running around in circles. Now Loney finds a little bit of space. Handballs over the top. Reese run down. They are under the hammer every time they go near it. The Hawthorn defence. Cox finally clears it. Long kick down to Thompson. 2-on-1 situation. Colbert judged it beautifully and took the mark.
Barker's Colbert's opponent needs to get away from Thompson so Colbert can't zone off.
Should be running out wide, Gary. Is that what you're saying?
Start deep. Get away from him so he just can't make that decision to peel off his man and take that mark like that.
Porter in the centre of the ground.
He's played beautifully, Lee Colbert. He's in a really good little vein of form at the moment.
Yes, he's playing great football. Rawlings, not his greatest moment, but he's had a few rippers today. He's been very good. Ooh, Colbert waited for the crunch to come. It didn't. Ducked the head, play on, Crawford in, burrowing in under the ball.
Yeah, he's had 21 possessions today, Lee Colbert, and he's not a prolific gatherer of the ball in any game he plays, is he?
You know what I reckon's happened is that it's just allowed him, a bit like Clint Bizzle, with a couple other tall players in the back half, it's freed him up a bit to go and play maybe on a half-back flank, back pocket on players he's more suited to play on. I mean, he's always played on big, tall men, and he's just been able to rediscover some of his ball-winning ability.
Free kick for a bit of abuse there, I think, was it?
Yes, from Spider.
Yeah, a bit of verbal.
So Ferrito has the ball.
Nothing wrong with that, Brian.
Umpires just
Oh,
not
the
happy
push.
with it.
He gave for the push more than anything. So Ferrito's kick forward. Lee Brown has pushed out an opponent and will go the way of the Hawks. So a little bit of a push. Well, I was saying earlier, Gary, the umpires are getting sucked in by too much of this stuff at the moment. A little push and shoves and blokes diving, and
They're a bit too quick to react there.
yeah, there are a couple over the weekend that I've seen where they just look up. It's almost like a pantomime. They look up and see the wrong thing.
It's where a communication thing needs to come in. The umpire just needs to have a quick word and say, stop looking like a peanut.
Yeah,
Get on with the game.
Bounce it and get on with it.
In defence, they have been okay here today.
No doubt about that. But had they bounced so quickly, we wouldn't be talking about it.
Baird. Jones. Kick to half forward. Motlop. Body use was intelligent. Couldn't quite hold it. And Spider Everett dragged for this little misdemeanor.
No value.
No value when you're 30 points behind with 8 minutes to go.
Been a few little undisciplined acts today from the Hawks, has there not?
Yeah.
Boundary throw in.
Frustration from a lot of them.
Frustration maybe is the correct
No excuse.
Hovering over the ball. There was another ball up in the attacking zone for the Kangaroos, who have played outstanding football today. We continue to underestimate the Kangaroo lineup.
At our peril too. If you've tipped against the Kangaroos, having seen them last week, you deserve to be castigated as opposed to castrated, Brian.
Thank you for sorting that out. Crowd,
Kalahari.
Oh, here we go.
Grant, the young fella Clayton to tidy it up for the Roos.
And let's just do a quick straw poll. You would have picked today, having seen the Roos last week.
I picked the Hawks today.
Edward?
Strangely enough.
Kangaroos.
Smart man. I too went with Brian and picked Hawthorn. And they've been almost as impressive as they were last week, because they've been able to back up, and good sides are consistent sides. And there's the frustration of an AFL footy coach, Peter Schwab. Been a long afternoon for him.
A bit of push and shove in the middle. Sam Mitchell involved there.
Real fracas.
And Ferrito.
Well, the Kangaroos, importantly, have broken through that 100-point barrier as well. That's a sign of a good team when you're kicking 100 points. Rees' kick was lucky, just went to 15. Brown put his hands up in protection more than anything. He grabbed the ball, comes out wide, and Hodge takes the mark. So it's at the 36 points. It's a good result for the Kangas to win by 5 or 6 goals here if they can hang on.
It's a great result.
Hawks have battled on manfully. Let's not forget they have been totally undermanned, losing McCabe and Vandenberg within the first quarter of football. Vandenberg in particular, not taking. Oh, mind you, McCabe is one of the blokes who'd be stopping these blokes who have torn them apart up the forward line. So
they ran out of options, didn't they?
No options, and Vandenberg, who was best on ground last week. Hodge comes in, and he has just sliced it and threw for a behind. So you can be a bit unlucky in those situations. Having said that, you do have 4 on the bench these days, so you wouldn't want to have too many more.
Some big possession winners for Hawthorn too. Leckers 27 possessions, Nick Rees 22, 23 to Sam Mitchell. I think they mean less and less as the days wear on, possessions.
Sainsbury goes wide. Simpson, the use of the body on Barker was clever. And the poor old Hawks, as Mitchell earns himself a free kick.
Clearly Hawthorn's best player, Sam Mitchell.
And they've got to travel to Adelaide next week and take on Port Adelaide. Rees wide with the delivery to Joel Smith. Wants to run, took a bounce, wants to do it, got rid of it just in the nick of time. Campbell around the corner finds Barker. And Barker will line up for goal 45 metres out.
Lee Colbert not too impressed about something, just arguing vehemently with the umpire.
Well, I think he probably thought that Joel Smith took him on. Handball was there, though. The umpire indicated that he did get rid of it, even though he was tackled. John Barker has not kicked a goal today, spending most of his time forward. 49 metres out. Kick across the face, just the minor score. Hit the post, in fact. With under 4 minutes remaining.
So a great opening to the season for the Kangaroos. Need all the supporters they can get, of course, so plenty of good reason to become a Kangaroo member. In 2004, if you come and watch football like this every week, and a team that's prepared to give you a red-hot go. Umpire's picked out a free kick. It'll come back to the Kangaroos.
Lee Colbert, the recipient. Johnny Barker, the transgressor.
Colbert's kick out wide. Petrie takes the mark. Petrie on centre wing.
It's been solid, reasonably quiet in actual fact, Petrie. So it's another good sign they've been able to win well without him having a big say in things.
And plenty of reasons to celebrate for the Kangaroos tonight as well, because the Kangaroos on top of the ladder for the first time since round 22, 1998.
That's the right time to be on the ladder, mind you.
Right at the top of the ladder that year. Whoa! Top of the ladder, top of the pack. Montlock takes an absolute ripper.
He's cramped. He's gone down with a cramp.
He's got altitude sickness.
Don't cramp now when you've got a shot at goal, son.
Look at this one. Up he goes.
How effortless was it? And just like plucking apples, Brian.
They started with consecutive wins last year as well, the Kangaroos, before they hit a snag in round 3 where they drew.
Yeah, just who's going to get around him and gather around for the possible kick at goal? Is he going to be able to take it? Is he going to be able to take it?
David King will hang around.
Surprise. Kingy's just standing next to him.
He's saying go for the goal.
Yeah, give it away, give it away. Go for the goal.
He's saying pretend to go for it and handle it to me.
Long day at the office for the Hawks supporters. They trudge out of the MCG. Motlop comes in. And Kingy says, you should have handled it to me, son.
Yeah, so Port Adelaide next week for the Hawks. The Kangaroos have got Carlton here at the MCG. And there's another look at the Motlop grab. So time ticking down here with the 2.5 minutes remaining. Who have you liked today, Gary, in terms of players that have performed well?
Shannon Grant, Adam Simpson, same old for the Kangaroos. Set it up. They're not a 2-man band or 3 or 4-man band.
Dean Laidley getting ready to come down after the game. Poor old Dean with that severely injured back of his. It'll take him the 2 minutes to get out of the box at the moment. The man they call the Bible.
I've loved the job of Brady Rawlings on Shane Crawford. Not too often you see Crawford have such a small impact on a game of footy.
The Bible, Ed, for Dean Laidley. Why?
Jess Sinclair told Triple M last week, in fact, because the boys find him hard to read.
What?
And I think he's retaliated by calling him Judas.
Clark, Mitchell combining. Kick will go out wide to the big Arab, Nathan Thompson. Gathers around the body. That would be a stunning shot from a big man. It is, and he's kicked 4. 3 of them in this last quarter.
It's just amazing. Just a little ironic grimace on there of one of the Hawthorn cheer squad members, probably saying, if only what might have been. Sam Mitchell, who's been Hawthorn's best player. Have a look at this. As easy as you like. But not much riding on it now, I suppose. Not much pressure on, so you can take those risks and fly away. 3 goals this quarter, 4 for the game. Not sure it's fisty pump time.
Margin back to 29 points. As we said, a great result for the Kangaroos to win by 5 goals today. Hawthorn, they were up and running, no doubt about it. Copped some injuries. Now Harris breaking through. He seems to have recovered pretty well from being cleaned up earlier on. Kick from Stevens. It's Michael Stevens out to the half-forward flank position. Lee Brown getting into the action, doing a few party tricks out there. Campbell for Hawthorn. Jones was fantastic. Harris gets another one. Back to Clayton, who showed a little bit today as well. Clayton's kick is to the right spot. Out they come. Motlop recovering from the cramp. Rees, who had been cleaned up earlier. So there's been a bit of physical activity out there today. Cox, handballs inside. Both teams will sleep well. Crowd, thumping kick up to the middle of the ground. Barker from behind. Up they go. At the fall of the ball, Stevens concedes some ground. Little knockdown is good to Sainsbury. And the Kangaroos will take a free kick because Colbert was dealt with off the ball. And Lee Colbert will have one of the last says in this match. And quite appropriate because he's had plenty to say about its outcome today. For the 2nd week in a row, he has been fantastic. Out he goes wide to Stevens. Stevens now with a kick over the head of Makepeace, marked by Leckers. Leckers now out to Barker. Has the run of the ball, looks inside. Brown is the only lead he's got, will go long. Finally he goes long. That's what the crowd wanted. Thompson could get his 4th for the quarter. Free kick. Play on. The Kangaroos run it out.
They do indeed. Lee Brown, time for a score here for them if they want. On to Jeremy Clayton. Centre wing. Unlucky Thompson not to be awarded that mark. Ball spills loose and we'll have a boundary throw in with 13 seconds remaining in the game.
Ferrito's another player that's impressed today. Young man, Michael Ferrito. Jeremy Clayton's had a little bit of the footy. John Baird's been unobtrusive as Dean Laidley makes his way down the stairs. Speaking of unobtrusive, he just gets the job done, Dean Laidley.
Dean, the Bible, Laidley. Petrie knocked down. Harris, ball wrapped up. And there he comes. 2 wins from 2 games. Very ginger in the stepping department down those steps there. Dean Laidley. he would be very, very happy with the way that his team are not only winning, but attacking the game.
Everything to like about the way the Kangaroos went about it today. They were magnificent in victory. They've won by 29 points. 2 in a row to Dean Laidley, Eddie Maguire and Brian Taylor. Great job, boys. Enjoy the what's left of the weekend. We'll do it all again next Friday.
Good on you, mate. Look forward to it, Gary. Great win today by the Kangaroos, 29 points.
And they sit on top of the ladder. The Roos, 15-13, 103, beating the Hawks, 11-8, 74.
Ladies and gentlemen,